to move quite a lot. They won't need to move out of their comfort spot unless...
Get ready, South Asia.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to PMPL SA 2023. My name is Fritz and with me is going to be Ahana for week number 3. 2 fantastic weeks have already passed out and now it's the final week, or we should say the final leg of the tournament before the grand finals. Here we will decide which are the top 16 teams who will qualify for that final spot.
Exactly, and I feel this time we might be seeing Raw Esports actually take us by surprise. They've been doing really good. They've been very consistent with their performance all through the tournament, and now it seems like they've also gained momentum alongside that. I mean, I'm keeping my eyes out for all of these teams that have shown great performance but not yet acquired the first 2 spots. So like Raw Esports, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, these are going to be ones that I want to look out for, and hopefully they will deliver us with bunch of entertainment.
Oh, a bunch of entertainment for sure. But if we talk about how these games have already gone, so we started off in the late stages of July, I'd say late weeks of July, and now we are all the way up to the week number 3. So today will be the starting of week number 3. Then again, Thursday is going to be an off day. Friday, Saturday, Sunday will be the final 3 days or the final weekend to say the least. And then the next week we'll have the grand final. So yeah, super excited for the tournament to begin finally. And let's see how all these teams play and how these all teams will be able to book themselves a slot in the finals.
Exactly, it's gonna be the run for the finals now. Being in the top 12 has been necessary because of the bonus points, but being in the top, top 16 is gonna be the goal this week. Looking at the way the prize has been distributed, it should definitely be a motivating factor for all of these teams trying to put their efforts into the game.
That's true. $1,000 for MVP is definitely an important thing, but equally important, or I'd say equally cool thing that we have this PMPL is the TDM battle. Now this is still ongoing. We will also see the brackets about this particular tournament. And the prize pool is a total of $1,000. So the both finalist team will be rewarded, but the one winning will have that $400 extra in their pocket.
Exactly, it's gonna be a major chunk of the prize pool of $700 for the winners and then $300 for the second coming team. However, we still have a couple of teams in round 2 that have to be sought out for. So let's see which matches we're gonna be seeing going forward, because today is gonna be 4MV versus King of Spades. Now on paper this looks very one-sided, but you've seen how the TDMs have gone. Like, you cannot put your money on one team at all.
Yeah, that's true. And the game that we have today is between 4MV and King of Spades. Now, bear in mind, King of Spades was one of those teams who had a very close game with JMEX. So it was about, I think, a 39-40 finish that they had. Well, 4MV, the way that they played in normal regulation games, their aggression is literally supreme as compared to any other team. So now, if they're able to, show the same thing against King of Spades, it should be a fairly simple, a very one-sided game, I'd say. And as soon as it ends, this team will be the victorious overall.
Exactly. I mean, as I said, it's very one-sided on paper and we might actually see 4MV win this. But the biggest challenge will come in the next one, because next one 4MV most probably is going to have to play against HVDC, because between Mabetex and HVDC, the way the game has been going, I think HVDC will be making it through and they are going to be a challenge. They're definitely going to be a challenge.
Yeah, but this time around, let's have a look at the group. So, of course, Stalwart being on top will be put in group number A, followed by HVDC in the similar fashion as we saw the other time around. So, all these teams are over here. Group E will be where 4MV is sitting it. T2K as well. T2K, 4MV, DEADEYES guys, SCFL. So, this will be an interesting group, considering they won't be playing the first games of any of these days. So, that is something that I'd like to see. For them, 4 continuous games will be a viable option.
Exactly. Mabetex Esports did not sustain their third position all through, but they still managed to be in the third group by being on the eighth position overall. And well, they are going to be accompanied by Raw officials and King of Spades alongside IHC. Now, this is going to be slightly easy for Raw Esports because again, Mabetex hasn't been delivering the way that we were deciding them to be, and King of Spades has been falling behind when it comes to closing the games. And similar can be said for the side of IHC. So I guess Roy Sports is gonna have a much easier run. But look at SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, huge number of chickens they have.
The most in the entire lobby after Venom D, surprisingly. I mean, Venom
Exactly.
D also have 5 chickens to their name, but they are very
Very low in
lowly
the
positioned.
positions, yep.
So I mean, SKYLIGHTZ will definitely be the supreme team over here, and the only team I'd say to be near that 200 mark in terms of the Nepali region. HUDC, okay, never mind. HUDC already crossed that number. But still, it's a Mongolian squad. The region, the team I think is from Nepal, but it's a Mongolian squad. So realistically, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, that is the team to be very worried about for the other team, for the top 2 teams. Now, if we talk about the top 16 teams over here, STFL is where the cutoff is. So IHC, Bad Intention, CMF, all these teams, they'll have to make sure that they at least get from the entire week 50 points to make sure that they qualify for top 16.
That's true. That's very true, Fritz. But to be very honest, if you take a look at the way the teams are arranged and the way the teams have been playing, I don't think anything other than STFL is going to be swapped around even through the course of this week. And if
Okay.
it does, I'm going to be super surprised because the way we are seeing Bad Intentions playing, the way we are seeing ASL playing, the way we are seeing JMEX playing, I don't think they have the kind of opportunity to actually go ahead and topple any of the teams. STFL still can be worried slightly about IHC because IHC sometimes just goes ahead and secures themselves very miraculous games. But then those miraculous games, if do not happen consistently, with like mostly only and only depending on the fact that the other teams did not play well, STFL
Yeah.
might still make it.
Well, STFL, I mean, for every team there's a chance. So this week is like where you're able to, if you're able to get 80 points, 90 points overall, 50. As soon as I said 50, I thought no, 50 is a little bit too less of a number because 70,
Yeah.
80 is something that all these teams are anyways getting. So yeah, 80 points for all these teams, bare minimum to at least have a shot. And if you want to for sure qualify, you'll get what, 20 games this week too, bare minimum. I mean, if you're not able to make it to top 12, I'd expect 100 points. 5 points from one single game should not be a problem to keep an average about. Just go on a killing spree, try to find a team, get those 4 early frags and then try to survive with the remaining players that you have. So that should be the strat for the lower remaining teams because it's all or nothing for them now, realistically.
Exactly.
And especially for JMEX, I mean, they are literally at the rock bottom. So they cannot lose from here on. What do they have to lose from here on? So JMEX is again another team that I'd love to see perform aggressive. I don't care about how well they play the entire tournament, but they should just perform aggressively. Probably that would work for them because the first 2 weeks they tried their passive nature, they tried not engaging into battles, has not worked out for them at all.
Exactly. You could say exactly the same thing for all of the teams at the bottom. I mean, at one single game, we saw ASL trying to go aggressive. They did not win it, but they had at least 10 frags to their names and they stood up to be second or third in positions. So that's not bad. You can actually try
Yes.
that. And even if you don't get the position points, as long as you're getting good number of eliminations, again, we've already said it's hardly 5 points that you need every single game consistently to be able to actually deliver. And once you start getting those 5 points, there's going to be some confidence that can boost you up in the next one as well. But yeah, talking about the day, it's gonna be our very replicated schedule that we have on first day of every week. It's Erangel, Miramar, Sanhok, the arena, and then again Miramar, Erangel.
Interesting games. We'll be starting off with Erangel where we won't have 4 MV. So let's see if the plane path still just decides to be in that particular region.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go from military base once again, our plane path. That's what I'm looking forward to. So this game of Erangel is definitely going to be fun. Now I'm sure teams would have already realized that being in Group E, 4MV will not be playing this game. Earlier I think STFL ones have already dropped in. And we've also seen DRS taking that spot in one of these games of military base. So these 2 teams have already tried their luck, but I think STFL this time around is with 4MV. So no more military base drops for you, my friends. So the other teams, do they take advantage of this? all these questions and more to be answered in the game.
Exactly. I mean, you are gonna get one completely well-wished game to you for Erangel, because again, military base becomes one of the very essential spots, considering most of the times the circle is also supporting south, and most of the times the plane path is also supporting military base. So like, it has definitely become a very big blessing for 4MB, and still they
Of
have
course.
been struggling to discover as many chickens as you would expect from the team. But yeah, in the end, they still made it to 4. They're still in a good position. But now that they're not going to be playing this Erangel, a lot of teams have the opportunity of capitalizing on that spot. But none of the teams know which other team is thinking the same thing. So we might actually see more than one team try to secure the same exact drop. That could result in great clashes. I would love to see that. I'm
Well,
all for drop clashes.
but I for once back that. Earlier, I did not used to enjoy drop clashes. I would say the teams go this and that. I don't care now. I just want action to be seen over here. Teams can go and figure out a way for themselves. If some other team is dropping them, be ready. That's what you
Yeah.
can do. Just be ready and try to, get as many points as possible. So all these things are definitely going to be super interesting to witness. And I'm just hoping for the best possible result for all these teams. 4MB for sure is going to be the first shot. 4MB is a team that we all think might be able to make a comeback in this week. What about your prediction, Ahana? We again got asked about the weekly predictions. Which team did you predict?
Raw Esports. And I'm the only one who picked that.
Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting,
Yeah.
interesting. Because I again went with Stalwart,
I
considering
saw,
the
I
recent
saw.
form. I agree. I again went with Stalwart. So I was like, yeah. I was anyways getting late, so I did not have much time to analyze. But then it's 4MV or Stalwart. That's how easy the decision was. I saw a few SKYLIGHTZ Gaming fans as well there. Some SKYLIGHTZ Gaming supporters in our talent group too. But hey, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, they will have to perform in a very big fashion, because even though they have the most number of chicken dinners, that would be 5. But look at the numbers that they have in terms of frags pairing with the chicken dinner. I still remember 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. That is the number you're working with. So that does not show dominance.
Exactly.
That's one thing. That does not show dominance. Plus, the frag points is still a little bit of a concern. 194 frag points from, I think, what, 42 games, probably, or somewhere around that. That average is around not that high, basically. That's what I want to say, because
Exactly.
the other teams are up ahead of you by 20, 25 frags. So should be there up top, should be there with them if you really want to compete. The point difference might not be that much, but then again, one good game for 4MB, one good game for Stalwart Esports, that lead will keep on increasing.
Exactly. I mean, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is somehow very, very dependent in flag game onto No Fear. He is doing a great job, but then single-handedly being able to take the team to a point where they can have enough
Ah.
placement points as well as elimination points is going to be really hard. So I think that is the one reason I did not pick SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, even though I see a lot of promise in the team. And the reason I went with Raw Esports is because the whole team is, as a team, cumulatively trying really hard, and they're also delivering.
okay.
I'm seeing a lot of improvement in them since day one until right now. And I would really want to root for that particular team. It's a very bold move. Most of the, predictions were filled with 4MB, Stalwart Esports, and with SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. But then I was like, you know what? I want to go with my gut. That's what I do every single time. And sometimes the Cinderella happens.
And
So
fail.
why not?
Sometime, one time. It's only one time that
But it did
run
happen. It
happened.
was unexpected at that
Yeah,
time, completely,
okay.
friends. You gotta agree to that.
40 to 1, great ratio, 2% chances of your prediction coming out.
Still
true.
gotta trust my gut.
More than that, but it's not that huge, so it's okay.
Actually,
Like,
2
you
out
like
of
to
40,
risk
by
it
the
on.
way. There
40
was,
games is what they played.
yeah, so it's not just DRS. Like, there was one other
Okay, I'll give
game.
you 5%.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Don't argue. I'll
Thank
give you
you.
5% chance.
Thank you.
Not still, my point being insignificant. Insignificant being my point.
We'll see.
It'll be difficult for Roy Sports to show that sort of. Plus, even if they ended up their week on a high, I could have agreed with that.
They
But
did.
their
They were
final
on
day
third
was
position in second week.
their final day was not that good. That third
That's
position
true.
was achieved on the basis of the performance of the earlier week, of the earlier 4 days. So if they ended the 5th day with a high, probably with say 2 chicken dinners, 1 game with the second position, I would all agree with your prediction. I would say it really makes sense. But yeah, now you get a break. The other teams also adapt to your gameplay. So well, let's see Roy Sports if they're able to do a miraculous run over here or not.
We'll figure out soon enough, because this week is about to start and it's gonna be a fun one, because the way the groups have been shuffled, every single time we do see, on the basis of the performance of the past week, the groups get equal numbers of dominating teams and equal
Yes.
numbers of trailing behind teams. even though I am very, resistant on the fact that any of the teams from the bottom four are going to be able to make it into grand finals, I would actually love to see them take that challenge and try and prove me wrong.
Okay. Alright, so I already see on my secondary screen, as some of our viewers might know, regular viewers, that I have a secondary screen over here. The game has already started. The players have already loaded and we are spectating Mondo for some reason now. We'll be jumping into the game and we will be spectating the plane path really, really soon. So the first game is going to be the map of Erangel, Stalwart, Seal, Leo, JMEX, HVDC, Venom, DRS, ASL. All these teams are looking forward to drop in the map. These are just the 50% of the teams, by the way. The rest of the teams you'll have a look once we jump into the game. So I'm really excited to see where do these teams drop. They should already have that idea, should already have that permutation and combination in their mind. That yeah, these teams usually drop there, we should not go there, or maybe just drop into them and try to take that early fight.
Maybe.
So
Yeah.
well, super excited to see how these teams overall perform. The bottom teams, ASL, JMEX, for them it'll be an important game to start off on a positive note. And let's jump right into action. Let's see if they're able to do that or not.
Well, we'll soon enough figure out. But yeah, I mean, as of now, it definitely seems like there's going to be a lot of action that awaits us because, Fritz, the day we start the week, it's very powerful. It goes slightly lower towards, the mid phase, but then towards the end, again, it's a strong closing that teams see. Now that it's the final week, I'm expecting the action to continue all throughout the 5 days. We'll figure out.
Alright, so if we talk about the plane path, I already see Primos there. So and Georgia Polo. So it's a little bit of a western plane path, ending all the way up to probably Severny. It is a great plane path for all the teams dropping on the it's a northern part of the map or even the southern part of the map, but except for Novorep. Military base is still achievable. Because of which I think already I see Stalwart Esports dropping over there. But DRS too, I mean, they also want to have a piece of the pie. One of their players, probably towards the outskirts this time around, but is dropping around military base.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. As of now, it's definitely DRS and Stalwart trying to go towards military base. JMEX still sticking to the same exact drop. Same for the Seal team and King of Spades. Well, I think they're still gonna go all the way towards Sarki, most probably, or towards Georgia Pole, depending on their choice. But yeah, I think the kind of situation we were expecting did not really happen, but Stalwart did shift from Novorep to military base central itself.
Okay. Now that's a change. That's a welcome change, I'd say, for
True.
Stalwart. You just go where 4FV belong because you know the only team that that can battle it out. That is exactly you. So that shouldn't be a problem. And Stalwart, first of all, I think they also want to loot the extremities of military base. I think they probably have seen all the parachutes out in the air. That they know that there is one more team around here. But DRS on the other hand, look at what they're doing. They see a team in military base, they're heading towards Novorep. But
Escaping.
even though if they reach Novorep, how much time do they have? It's 1 minute 55 seconds for the zone to already start closing in, and I think 6 minutes is what it takes for the first zone to completely close.
Yep.
So they have around 7 minutes or maybe 8 minutes to loot and then get inside the play zone as well, which is what 2000 meters away from you. That's not an easy job at all.
Completely agree. Completely agree. It's gonna be a difficult run for DRS, and DRS has been one of the teams that's prefers to be silent towards the beginning phase. So they are going to be avoiding all the fights that come their way. And considering this is the situation of the circle, we might actually see them go for late rotation. But I don't think that's going to be super helpful considering that Stalwart is around and that's one team to be very wary of, very cautious of. But yeah, the circle is super in favor of T2K and T2K is not playing. So they're like, wish we were there.
They will be playing the final game of Erangel though. So they'll hope that the zone remains the same in their final game is what I feel. And if that's the case, it'll be good for them. Although what I still cannot understand what DRS is doing right now, Ahana. They've already moved to Milta, which is a city that I think D Venom looted and are now rotating from. So what will DRS get? The leftover loot?
It just does not seem like DRS is finding their footing. They are very, very disappointed by their own decision. They were looking for something great, did not really happen, did not really work out. And now I'm not sure if DRS is gonna find themselves anything in this particular match, which could actually turn out to be beneficial. Seal, however, take a look, is running with only 3 players. We have a couple of teams this time who are running with just 3.
Okay. Seal not getting one of the players over here. Probably some technical issue. Hopefully it gets sorted out before the next game starts. And there's one more team with just 3, right?
Yep.
Except for Seal.
Yep.
So not the best possible representation over here. But hopefully we get all the 64 players in the lobby next time around.
Exactly. And all I am hoping is Raw officials has all. And they do. They have all 4 for themselves. If we take a look, let's try to figure out which team has only 3. I think it's JMEX who's running with only 3. Oh, that's sad if it's JMEX because, like, we all know JMX is having a very hard time to begin with. Okay, no, they are 4. They are 4 for sure. Which team is it? Oh, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is running with. No, they are also 4. What's happening to me? What's happening to the. It's bad intentions. Now I'm sure of it. Bad intentions and Seal are gonna be the 2 teams that are running with 3s. Okay, never mind. Bad intention also has 4. It's Mabetex. It's Mabetex and
You lack sleep. You lack sleep, girl. You really need to go back to bed. That's what
Oh,
that's what is lacking for you.
sometimes people are just lapping over each other. It's why it's hard to figure out. But I think it's Mabetex that's running with only 3 alongside Seal because definitely there's one more team that's with only 3. So yeah, trying to figure out which one it is.
You try, you can attempt to do so, but it's not going to be that easy. It's not definitely going to be that easy. But hey, you look at the circle, it's all the way up north. I already see DRS CMF in a good spot. Should not be a problem for them as of now to move inside the circle or to do anything about that. But the other team, I'm still worried about Stalwart. So here's one thing: Stalwart have good loot, but DRS, what do they have? Would love to spectate DRS for a second because I think DRS literally have nothing. They might have SMGs to work with. They will definitely struggle in terms of the healing loot that they might have because then again, the city that they chose finally to go towards Milta was already looted by one of the players of Team DE Venom. So I don't know how much did he leave behind. The other teams though, King of Spades this time around, no, I'd say contention in terms of drop by the players of Leo, and they will enjoy that free loot towards the Georgia Pole city. Zarki was being capitalized by the players of Team IAW. IHC went towards the Georgia Pole container and the city side.
It is Seal and Mabetex.
All these teams easily dropping in, easily looting for themselves and then moving inside the zone.
Exactly, and it is Seal and Mabetex that are running with 3 players each. They do not have their 4th today inside the game. But yeah, as talking about DRS, I would like to reiterate on the same point, Fritz. I do think this is a great opportunity for DRS as well as for ASL. Here's the thing. We know the caliber difference between the 2 teams. DRS could actually go ahead, frag out ASL, use their loot, and be in a great position again. That's one opportunity for DRS. However, ASL, one of the teams that we are currently saying, should we just going berserks all into wars and just trying to collect as many elimination points as they can? They too can actually try to initiate this battle. And because DRS does not have the best loot right now, probably have fruit of 4 elimination points to themselves. What do you think?
I mean, okay.
They're very close to each other.
I cannot think right now. I cannot think because anything happens in this map, especially with ASL in the game. So ASL will see a player whose 3 teammates are knocked out, will try to get that frag, but then completely forget that there are multiple teams playing the game and not just that one.
Yeah.
And they get eliminated. So I really cannot predict anything about these teams. I hardly get my predictions correct of chicken dinner. What you're talking about? So
Finally, you admit.
yeah, I admit I am not lucky. I'm skillful person, but I'm not lucky. That's what I'm portraying over here.
Okay.
So luck is what you have. Skill, I mean,
I would
we
say
can
intuition
definitely
instead
argue
of
on that.
luck because it's not me who's playing. It's more on intuition words. But yeah, the circle. Look at it. It's still sticking to extreme north. However, the water bodies have been dismissed. That means there's gonna be more real estate to capitalize. What do you think, Fritz?
Hmm. That's true though. See, now the problem is for all these IGLs, they'll have to make a decision to either go towards a different island or to stay on the Yazaya or to stay on the main island is what I like to call. Not an island, but a main part of the main part of the map
Yeah.
towards Yazaya and Polyana. Because for now you have that option to rotate from all the way north. So you will be fired upon by multiple different teams, but take 1 second. Hold on to that thought. Because right now we have Leo in this battle against the player of team BITX CMF. It's only a player, but look at what he's doing. Jumping Japak and he gets 2 knocks. Looking
Oh,
for the third one
beautiful.
too. Do Leo just fall to one single player?
That would be completely unimaginable. That too against BITX. I mean, who would have thought that? But look at what has happened. Two players have been eliminated, and now the whole squad. There's a couple of casualties that came their way, but BITX will be able to go ahead and recover those players. It's gonna be a great situation. I mean, this is what we wanted from these teams, right? They're delivering exactly that. Now, BITX has an opportunity to actually swap places with stronger fake love going forward if they consistently do at least this. At least this.
Wow,
Beautiful.
my God, BITX. Yeah. But for most part, it was all Dante. It was all Dante getting those early knocks, giving the confidence for the players of team BITX CMF to come back in from behind and get those frags. That's what happened over here, and Leo the first one to fall without any points. Meanwhile, Demo gets a shot out to JMEX's player, and Snipe also bites dust.
Oh goodness, JMEX definitely needs frag points for themselves, but now with only three players on the team, they might find it harder to go ahead. IHC is literally mounting onto them. There is no HP damage either on IHC players. It's very little HP that JMEX has been able to trade off, and that's not enough. There's been two frag points now. Confirmations are coming in, but in the meanwhile, BITX also getting marched upon by King of Spades, and the team that just recovered is again in the crosshairs.
But the good thing for BIT, they were able to reset. So they will have three players who will be in fighting HP. Now 90 degree has been brought down very low. But the knock comes in onto Jax. That
Main
Storm
of
is
late.
down on the ground and there was a run over attempt by Faisal. But that won't matter because the knocked out players of Team King of Spades are in a revivable spot. And Mamba, while just jumping over, is able to get that frag. Oh no, meanwhile, that Storm was already picked off. Never mind, I thought King of Spades had a clean fight. That's not the case, and even though they have 4 frags to their name, they still won't be able to have all the 4 players surviving.
Exactly. They do have four defeats in their name, but one of their players have been traded out, and that puts BITX exactly at the number of points that we required from the team. 5 points in the backpack. They have been sent back to the lobby, but it's not going to be disappointing if they continue the same run going forward. Seal now, one of the teams that I expected to be slightly passive, considering they're running with only three players to begin with. They are trying to initiate fights. However, no connections, no landings, and no retaliation either from the side of IAWO. Seal can survive, but I don't think this was a fight that they should have even started from their side.
Hmm. It's okay though. Now they'll have to live with what they have now. On the other hand, I'm a little bit shocked, Dahana. We are not asked about the predictions till now. What's up? Oh, finally we have. Never mind.
And there it is.
We will have to essentially predict the team that we think is going to win the game. When did you get the fifth prediction correct? Hello?
Yes, sorry, the day before yesterday.
Did you, or is it something
I
you
did.
fixed with the
I
producer?
did. I did. I did.
Ah,
I
okay,
did.
okay,
Yes.
5-3. Good job. But let's now have a look at the mini map. So I already see a lot of teams around Yasna, Poliana, but hey, I'll stick with Stalwart. 4 players in the zone, center of the zone should not be a problem for them to secure the game.
I really want to go with Raw Esports, but I'm gonna pick SKYLIGHTZ Gaming.
SKYLIGHTZ, where are they? I don't even see.
Right in the
Oh,
center
okay.
of the circle.
Okay, I got it. So SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, interesting pick because then again they will be
A lot
surrounded
of
by so
fights.
many different
Yep.
teams that the third party element might just take them down. Although the good thing is they have a compound, so
Exactly.
the opportunity to reset wouldn't be that difficult to do. So that would really help them. Okay. Meanwhile, I see on our screen we have Zol who is down on the ground. Godless has a frag to his name, Demo has a frag to his name, but yeah, resetting was necessary, and that's what they've done. In the zone, Godless just hoping that his team also joins them very, very quickly. And this fight, this long range battle against HVDC, I'd say it's not the best possible one for IHC considering they're the ones outside the zone.
They're the ones outside the zone. And if you talk about the gun skills, we do see IHC struggling slightly and HVDC actually doing much better. But wait a second, did Seal get a couple of complete eliminations onto IHWO in the meanwhile? Beautifully done. They have lost a player, but then Seal only with 3 players. I think Spoil Sport is all that they wanted to play, and IHC somehow manages drags onto HVDC and goes in for the confirmation. Rogue has been taken down, and now HVDC survives with only 3, giving IHC the moment of glory. 2 more points, and IHC will also have finished the given task of acquiring 5 points every game.
Oof, they just heard you, Anna. They said what? Someone was talking about our gunpowder. Here it is. They just shoot shots and just silence their haters. Great job done by the players of Team IHC. But yeah, finishing the game is their problem, right? So finishing the game is definitely going to be a thing to do.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that point. Finishing the game is definitely something that IHC struggles with. But wait a second, look at the circle, Fritz. It's gone completely down south towards west. And there's water body involved now. So the real estate decreases. I had slight hopes for DRS on this one, but now they're gonna have a much longer way to travel and a couple of teams to, keep an eye on before they enter the circle. So things might become slightly difficult for the team. And Roy Esports, well, they will find themselves an entry point, but that's not gonna be before IAW is dealt with. Even though it's only 2 players, it's gonna be still 2 players.
HVDC though, look at this. A lot of players knocked out. It's all down to Sanchir, who barely survives. Gets the first aid popped in. Has been able to reset. Will he be able to take down anyone else?
Oh,
no,
no.
it's not the case because Zul from far away sings the song of death. IHC, they get another elimination for them and now are pushing out to the players of Team NBeSports. And be in a lot of trouble because they did not get any chance to reset. And now the nades are just flushing in. Zol with the money though.
What?
Did not know that there was a nade at his feet. And that's a nade from his own teammate. Demo's nade blasts off one of their players. Zol and Alex also fall to Fizzboy's nade. I thought the reset was not there, but it does not matter as NBeSports still will be able to get all the frags they needed.
It's all onto throwables. Nobody's even using the weapon as much. There's just throwables after throwables. IHC, Demo is gonna be surviving in this area, trying to take up a couple of frags. He still has 3 members on the team, but needs to go ahead and resurrect them. For that, he needs to finish off the fight, and he does! Wait a second, Demo. What? 5 points single-handedly, and now he can even reset the players. Beautiful.
Oh, definitely, man. IHC, they still survive the onslaught. Great job done by the team. Now let's see this fight between IAWO and Roy Esport. Let's see how well skilled they are. A good nade, Praveen falls. Instant confirmation at the same time too from Octopus. At least it was attempted. The zone is definitely going to be a troublesome thing. The Molly lands, I think. But the cover fire from Jiggle is good. The only thing that concerns me is the third party. Yes, Domain already has Raw's number and the vehicle blast. Will take down Jiggle from the server too.
Raw still in a verge of losing players. They are gonna be seeing Praveen get eliminated completely, and now it's 3 players surviving. Won't be any help for Jiggle as he is way far away, and being able to go ahead with that resurrection is gonna be slightly difficult. Let's see how this goes forward. Raw is gonna be taken out of the charts, and even though I really wanted to pick the team, thank God I didn't.
Alright, so you choose them for the longer run, but not the map of Erangel, huh? That's how you play.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
Meanwhile, DRS is also getting peppered upon by the players of Raw. Player of Raw. Malik, that's the only one surviving. He's trying to reset, but DRS killer just goes in for the one tap, pop, and that's the elimination of Team Raw Esports from the game.
Exactly. I believe them with consistency. I do not believe them with chickens just yet. So it's gonna be a long run before that happens. However, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming now in the crosshair of DRS, but I'm pretty sure they're aware of the existence here. And ASL, They were also trying to get aggressive at one point of time, did pick up a couple of frags from that huge fight between IHC and NBeSports and HVDC. But that's about it. I don't think more will be happening from their side because Stalwart Esports is also in the periphery, is trying to find a way inside the circle. And if they decide to stay to the north of Yasna, which they should, because there's literally hardly half an inch of land remaining on the bottom, they will be able to take ASL down. And now it's what I think 7 teams surviving in the server. That's not looking good for ASL. And in the meanwhile, DRS and King of Spades, if they in some fashion end up collaborating against SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, they might not have a good run either.
Alright, let's see. King of Spades though, they have the edge of the circle, so they're basically gatekeeping the players of Team DRS. Whereas Delta with the buggy is just trying to get information out of the players of King of Spades so that they can move around it. Some nades are being tossed left and right, but let's see if they do connect or not. Gyante has been spotted down, and now Gyante will toss a nade for against the players of Team King of Spades himself. But look at that, he receives 3 in return. Does not get taken down from one, but the second one always comes out on top. Now this is just desperation. They are attempting to get some run overs. They might get one knock, but that's about it. King of Spades eliminate DRS.
3 players still surviving. Good enough position for the team with 7 defeats on the name. They're definitely performing the way that one would expect. But IHC still surviving with the number of frags that they got, which is 8, highest in the lobby as of now, do show a lot of promise. However, I would still not count Stalwart or SKYLIGHTZ Gaming out.
What
And
a nade.
this nade is gonna take Demo down. Demo is nowhere in periphery to get revival, so he will get taken down completely, and IHC will have to struggle with only 2. So I feel like IHC's end is about to approach soon enough. But on this verge of extinction, while IHC still manages to go forward with 2 players, King of Spades gets damage onto 1. However, that's not going to be enough to knock.
That's a good thing, man. King of Spades, the aggression that they've shown early in the game, already 8 frags. And they still have 3 of the players surviving. That's a really good start for this particular team. Meanwhile, ASL, they are now peppering some shots out of the players of Team D Venom. Joker helps his teammate to confirm that frag onto Krita. And D Venom not looking good at all. Tommy might also get spotted down really soon. And whereas Tops would maybe like to show some love inside the smoke. That's what they're hoping to do. ASL only have one single compound to work with. So if Stalwart get within nading range, the game also might be done for the players of Team ASL.
Exactly. And in the meanwhile, Domi gets shot upon. There's very little HP on this player from the Venom. And Rambo is already inside the water. So there's no cover fire that can be expected. So D Venom definitely has their end very close round the corner. And same can be said for ASL, considering, as you just mentioned, they're in a single compound and very close to the players of Stalwart Esports. But in the meanwhile, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming takes action down. However, they're very far off and they won't be able to confirm the frag. The revival will happen, but the more number of times you get knocked, the more easily you get fragged out, because that quickly the revival will have to happen. And as this zone keeps shrinking in, I feel like teams are gonna have more and more approach towards each other, which is gonna be hindering Stalwart Esports going forward. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, though, as of now, they need to vacate the compound as soon as the circle starts moving in.
What? That nade was in front of Sleepy, but he does not fall. Lucky guy. Will definitely be counting his lucky stars at the same time. Is able to survive somehow. Stalwart, meanwhile, will also be able to move inside the zone from the very edge. But SKYLIGHTZ should have that upper hand. In this battle. They will have that compound to their self. Although now we'll have to vacate it, as you correctly pointed out. They will also be out in the open. But then, on the northern part of the map, the only fight that they'll have to take is with the players of King of Spades. Whereas Stalwart, they are slowly and steadily moving in towards the players of Team ASL. So let's see, Joker has already left. Okay, Joker still has the compound, Joker, Assassin and Chari. It's only Sleepy on the edge of the land who is trying to get some frags. IHC, meanwhile, I think they're in a battle over here. IHC once again tried to play a third party role, but then again gets third partied himself by the players of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming.
SKYLIGHTZ Gaming right now trying to capture as many frags as they can from the compound itself because they're soon gonna have to vacate it, and they do understand the gravity of the situation. The moment they walk out, they're gonna be in crosshairs from multiple teams because this compound has been set upon by a lot of teams at the same time. In the meanwhile, Stalwart Esports trying to take care of the remaining will make things slightly easier for SKYLIGHTZ because they will have lesser teams to worry about while walking out of their own compound. But King of Spades can definitely be the spoil sport for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. However, IHC, if attracts attention, will give a third party opportunity for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming onto King of Spades and IHC,
That's what
which will make
happens.
things easier.
That's exactly what happens. Now King of Space get third partied by SKYLIGHTZ. Good shot from SKYLIGHTZ. They will get that knock. The smokes are the only thing keeping the players of Stalwart alive from the third party from SKYLIGHTZ themselves. But now SKYLIGHTZ is also focusing on their rotation, so that's another thing you'll have to keep in mind. But they are just running over the players of King of Spades. XOXOX, he gets one frag, was attempting to confirm Nima, but that's not the case. Nima will get the revival unless someone spots him down. But yes, SKYLIGHTZ, good job done by them in terms of eliminating the entire squad of King of Spades.
Beautifully done by SKYLIGHTZ. They have frag points to their name. They have good position in the circle. They do not have many fights on hand and enough time to revive Nima as well. So with all force, they are going to be walking into a fight that can turn into their favor because currently the two major giants inside the circle that can actually play the spoil sport, being DE, Venom and ASL, both are focused onto Stalwart's Gaming. Tops has a really hard time trying to go back up from this particular area, and once he does, he might actually become prey to ASL, and because ASL is so close in the periphery, they might actually be able to confirm the frag. Stalwarts might lose a player and might become slightly hindered, but wait a second. They want to trade this. They want to make it possible for them to survive even in the last circles, and hence are trying to take down players from the side of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. One is knocked and needs revival. The circle is going to be pushing in. The play zone is not in their favor. Stalwart might just have a good run.
Let's see, man. Action has gone way too deep.
Oh
Way
no,
too
no fear
deep
time.
inside the zone. So he can be third party from multiple different directions. He just needs to survive over here. IHC all out in the open. One side they are Stalwart, the other one they are SKYLIGHTZ. Where do they even go right now? The only thing that they can hope for is somehow Action getting knocked out so that they get some space on the northern front. But then Nerzad is also there to provide some cover fire. This is looking like a very, very tough game for the players of Team IHC. Alex and Godless, the only two players over here. Dima is sort of falling back, but then you'll have to get inside the zone. So at some point or the other, you will have to fight it against the player of Team IHC. They find themselves a cheeky corner. They will be able to get around it, but then Godless is also cooking an aid. And even if he's able to land one of them, SKYLIGHTZ will be in a lot of trouble. Let's see if he's able to do so.
I think it's not gonna be possible because Godless, for some reason, lost the first nade, and then SKYLIGHTZ got the complete idea of where the second nade might land, and their prediction worked out right. They are gonna be saved, but they've already lost No Fear. With No Fear lost in a last battle, which very much seems is gonna be between SKYLIGHTZ and Stalwart Esports, they might be suffering unless ASL gets a couple of frags onto Stalwart Esports before they say goodbye to this lobby. Wait a second. DE Venom will do that for the team. Even though got taken down instantly, they did manage to take tops off.
Yeah, Stalwart will now be crippled because of it. But aren't all of these teams? I mean, it's 11 team remaining where two of the players are from Team IHC. Mafia Ninja is cooking a nade. Would love to land it onto the IHC players. Let's see if it does happen or not. It definitely does. Good nade from Mafia Ninja. Alex falls. Godless left all alone, Mr. Burrow.
Oh no.
A little bit overcommitment in that situation, which will get him killed. Which will get him entirely eliminated. And now SKYLIGHTZ left with just two.
Exactly. The team that seemed like might be able to win this is now struggling to even find themselves the ground. Action will also land a nade very well. Mafia Ninja will take damage. Healings are gonna be a problem. Being able to recover is gonna be a problem. Another nade on its way, and that's
Oh,
another
that's...
damage that gets taken down.
I
SKYLIGHTZ is
thought
in a lot of trouble.
that was the final lead. That was the final lead that would have that would have taken down Mafia Ninja. Taken down Mafia Ninja. He survives though. Now Action Smoke is also running away, so he really needs to be careful against the players of Team ASL. ASL also have to get inside the zone, so that's one of the things that ASL do not have in their favor. SKYLIGHTZ are in the zone, so for them it's not a problem. One of the players of Stalwart also is trying to rotate from all the way from the east side of the map. There's with a buggy. That's what he's
Yep.
trying to do. Assassin still has an angle, but my guy, you need to get inside the zone. And the worst time to get knocked out. 24 meters is what you have to get inside the zone plus action even. Why he gets himself lucky. Sleepy was sleeping in the grass but just gets instantly taken down. Great knock to find for Stalwart. Even though the kill might not be confirmed by them, it is a player of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming who will get that frag for their name. But hey, ST, they're just doing the job. It's all down to Assassin. The last guy standing for Team ASL. Outside the zone, went for a healing battle, but then gets completely taken down. Action knows that both the players are in front of him, and it's a 3v2 battle against SKYLIGHTZ Gaming.
Oh, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is gonna be having it hard because 3v2 against Stalwart is not gonna be easy. Plus, No Fear has been taken down, the one person you depend so much on in number of frags. This is hard. Nima is not gonna be able to even survive. He is having a hard time trying to get his HP back up. Gets knocked. Now it's a 1v3 for Mafia Ninja. This is not looking good. The run over comes in, but Nirsen is unaware of the position of Mafia Ninja. He tries to take the battle, but Nirsen will win it. And Stalwart Esports gives you another correct prediction by taking SKYLIGHTZ Gaming down. A couple of players lost at the wrong time, and SKYLIGHTZ Gaming loses the game against Stalwart. Winner chicken dinner given directly to Stalwart. The first game itself of being seized and sealed to keep that dominant position onto the leaderboard.
I still not am completely okay with the way Stalwart Esports got that chicken, but it's fine. We'll talk about that after this short little break.
Make it clap.
Alright guys, welcome back after a short little break and these specs stayed all. Stalwart Esports, the prediction is again completely correct. Although, as I was saying about it, I still do not find it really good for Stalwart Esports considering they just got 5 eliminations. That's highly unlikely of Stalwart. And they had all their 4 players surviving for a very long period of time. But hey, I do not care because I predicted them to get the chicken dinner. You predicted SKYLIGHTZ. Here we are. We are able to prove our prediction correct, and once again luck is also favoring me a little bit over here, and the players of Stalwart Esports at the same time. So yeah,
I pretty much think our producer had something rigged around here because he wanted to see the other set of glasses on you because they do look very fab, Fritz. They do look very fab, and I mean they go with your whole pride moment here. I'm not gonna take anything away from it, but if I say it. It was definitely supposed to be a SKYLIGHTZ Gaming game because they were really doing well, but they just felt very unlucky. And yeah, I mean, the moment you start saying Lady Luck supports me, it does not. But Godless from IHC becomes the one with the most number of eliminations. This team, I mean, out of all IHC and Bad Intentions, both delivered really well from the bottom 4, and it seems like they might actually be able to, topple Stronger FAKELOVE once the moment comes to it.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to look at that in a little bit. But if we talk about the top players who had an impact in the entire game, so definitely IHC with four frags for Godless, he should be over there. Sleepy from ASL, that's a fun face to see. Mafia Ninja from SKYLIGHTZ, Stalwart Esports Nirzen, and then Demo from IHC who got 5 elimination with so little damage.
Exactly. I mean, Godless and Demo combined have 9 eliminations of their own, and IHC was one of the teams who are literally on the bottom 4. This is looking good. I did not see much from JMEX. They got only 5 points in total, and ASL also tried to get good points, but the way IHC and Bad Intentions have performed, they definitely give me a promise for consistency. But we'll find out soon enough. Demo, great game in number of eliminations, and Godless in number of damage. Beautifully done. Beautifully done.
Yeah, that's true. Perfectly done by this particular team. And now if we talk about the standings overall, so that's another interesting thing that we'll see over here. What? 15 points is the
What?
highest in the entire game. IHC got
Exactly.
10 elimination points, but just 4 position points, because of it they're just one short of Stalwart Esports.
Exactly. Oh goodness, 10 elimination points for the team. They are definitely doing good for themselves. But SKYLIGHTZ Gaming again with 7 eliminations still could not make it into the top position. If only Mr. Boro hadn't overextended that fight, they would have actually been in a good enough position. And if only No Fear wasn't lost at the wrong time.
If only, but only. These things really do not matter at the end of the day. And it's Stalwart Esports who will get that chicken dinner for themselves. Surprised to see such low numbers scored by the teams. And for Mabetex, High Voltage DC, Seal, JMEX, Leo, they did not even play the game because they have 0 points overall.
Wait, then which was the team that got 5 points in the starting itself? It wasn't JMEX? Okay. That's weird. Okay, yeah. Sorry, it was Bad Intentions that got 5 points exactly.
Yes.
But yeah, beautifully done by these three teams. JMEX is still not opening up their gameplay to the exposure that they need. We need consistent 5 points every single game at
Yes.
the least. And if you're not getting that, then you either have to topple the next game with 10 points or not aspire to be in the top 16 to begin with.
Oh, yeah, well, that's correct. And now it'll be interesting to see how the second map goes. Now that's the map of Miramar, the land of DMRs and snipers. And I'd even say that the DMRs have also been brought back into action. So I'm all up for it, man. I would love to see all these DMRs being played perfectly. When we talk about the schedule as well, we have the map of Erangel that has already been played, followed with the map of Miramar, then will come in Sanhok. So the next two maps, super excited to see which team wins it out.
Oh no, you're not super excited to see which team wins it out, and you're super excited to see if your predicted team wins it out. I can
Yeah,
definitely
that
tell
too.
that with your glasses on, Fritz.
They will change if I get another prediction.
Okay, have you brought a pool of glasses? You're gonna be switching every time you get a right prediction.
Exactly, I just love PMPL. That is something I would just love to do. Just change glasses as soon as I get a prediction correct. So, guys, get me another correct prediction. You'll see another avatar of me. Probably, if you get 3 predictions correct, you'll see my shirt changing. You never know. But I'm all up for it. I'm all up
Try
for
to
it.
go
I'm
for
all up
all
for the game.
gimmicks just to beat me, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we have to make it entertaining somehow, right? So that's the way I choose it, to make it entertaining for all our teams. Once again, on my little screen over here, I do see that the players have already loaded in. The players are already logged in, and we will be jumping into the game super soon. You guys also predict, guys. Let's go. Let's have a prediction of Chad as well. Who do you think is going to get that chicken dinner for today in this map of upcoming Miramar? I would go with the Mongolian team, considering that they have had a good past on this particular map. But then when we get asked about it, we have all sorts of information, but you guys do not. So I would just love to see which team you are supporting in terms of the prediction. So definitely hit us up in the chat section. Tell us which team you are hoping to see win this particular map of Miramar. And I'm excited to see 4MV will be back in action. Stalwart Esports, of course, they will just continue with the supreme form that they have. This rivalry is something I would love to see in this map now.
Exactly. We're going to be able to see that rivalry happen for the next 3 maps, because the last one is the one that Stalwart Esports sits out because they were literally in the first position. So they are in group A and they do not get to play the last game. So yeah, 3 more games where we get to see both these teams fight off each other, and also, I mean, time to actually see how we are going to be seeing stronger FAKELOVE perform, because it seems like their throne is in danger. They might have to be very good at the game to make sure that they sustain in top 16.
That's true. Now let's see the played path. We already have lost heroes, so it's a very eastern played path. I already see that Puerto Pariso near the zone. So it's a really eastern played path, finishing all the way up to Tierra Bronca. Although this will make Campo Militar also a reachable spot. But the other side of the map, like El Pozo, Montenegro, all these cities are super far away to drop in.
I feel sorry for King of Spades. King of Spades loves to go to ruin, but that's so far off. They cannot make it. They cannot make it until the circle just happens to be there. Then they can choose and decide to actually go over and plan for ruins. But yeah, in the meanwhile, we do see teams trying to take their usual drops. The rivalry did not end up to sustain because I'm not seeing Stalwart and 4MB trying to approach each other and get those drags out. T2K, however, is going to be a team I am looking out for in this game if they're going to be able to turn some heads, because this team definitely is doing good, but not as good as you would need for them to become a repetitive name in the predictions.
Hmm. All right, though. For now, in terms of drop clashes, we just might have one on our hands, probably between King of Spades and maybe D Venom. Okay, never mind. Krita is on the other part of the island. I thought he dropped in with somewhere around Deathstorm's teammates, so that could have been a really bad thing. That's not the case, and all of these teams have just dropped into their all different location. Let's see, STFL is overlapping with Mabetex. Is that a fight we see in the city of Los Leones? Another question in my mind. D Venom, though, use the vehicle, move towards Valle del Mar. Should not be a problem considering the next zone is also really, really close. The zone has gone down south. So the only team that will not not be interested or would just curse the zone would be DEADEYES guys. But for them too, man, that it's not a long rotation if you just straightly rotate inside the zone. So should be a fun thing to do for DEADEYES guys too.
Well, we'll figure out how this goes. We are seeing King of Spades go all the way towards south, and the Venom is gonna be surviving very close by. It's not gonna be any easy rotation for the team, because once they try to move in, it's gonna be a Stalwart Esports hold that they're gonna have to fight against. So I don't know if King of Spades will have as good a run this game as they did the last time, but it definitely seems like Roy Esports sustains literally on the center of the circle in Picardo.
All right. Now let's see JMEX. Snipe right now. He is looking to spot any of these Mabetex players and take them down. But Mabetex, they should be really careful, right? Because Snipe is in a tower where he can literally do what his name suggests. Just snipe you out of sky. Because he will have that vantage point advantage over the other teams. So better be careful than sorry. And Desert already has an M4 and that 4x to work with. So the early few shots, if you're able to take down Snipe in this part of the map, JMEX will be in a lot of trouble because they will be back to their earlier form where they usually lose one player and the rest three fall back hoping for good placement points, which also just does not go in their favor. So Snipe also needs to be really, really careful, and Mabetex doing a good job, just making sure that they are the ones who are very careful and not sorry at the end.
Well, let's see. Let's see. The same all four have come in from the side of Mabetex Esports, and in this particular game, all teams are gonna have fully fledged, you know, lineups to go ahead and play with. So let's see. This must be a better game. Even for the teams on the northern edge, it seems like DRS is going to have a comfortable run. They are in Hacienda del Petron, and not only are the Kings of the Hill as of now, but they also are in a position where they're going to have to face least number of fights. In the meanwhile, though, Mapex loses a player, Mapex loses another player. JMEX ruling how?
Well, this is what I was worried about. JMEX having a good advantageous point and Mabetex not being careful about it. So Frag, nobody expected Frag to be there, and that's where Jiro loses his life. But now they are trying to equalize the numbers by pushing on this individual player on top of this building. Now JMEX is also very quickly rotating towards him, trying to give him some sort of a cover fire, but that's not coming in on time because Snipe did not have any more healings available to himself. Volley just charges in, gets the job done, gets the frag done, and Mabetex will equalize the numbers. It's a 3v3 against JMEX.
Not only did they equalize the numbers, they made sure that they had the highest building in the area, and now it's gonna be hard for JMEX to move around, because if the same angle that Snipe was holding gets taken by Mapex instead, they won't have any problems at all going forward. They're not trying to go all the way to the roof, but Wally definitely has a very high angle to keep an eye out for everyone from the side of JMEX. This is not looking very good for JMEX from here. There should have been some backup that Snipe could have gotten on time for this to be a favorable fight.
All right. Now JMEX for for now they can really invest into it if they want to because they are inside the zone. The loot also looks decent enough. The only problem I see with Galzer is the healings he has. So literally nothing. That's the problem. Now I don't know about Frag and Lexi, but if we do have their POVs, it'll become a little bit more clear. But Lexi gets shot upon. He has been brought down to very little HP, and he himself does not have any more medicines available. So JMEX better loot for themselves a little bit, try to find those bandages at least, so that they're able to patch themselves back up.
Let's see. Let's see if JMEX is gonna have that option, because Lexi not only has no healings, he has his helmet completely damaged, his vest is level 1 and still has soaken some damage. It's not an easy run for Lexi. Galzin is gonna try and help the comrade out, but Mabetex is definitely having a comfortable spot right now. Talking about Raw Esports, this team definitely is surviving in the best area that you could ask for. Nobody is trying to march onto Picardo yet, but Picardo still stays the center of the circle. And with all the blessings from all the world, Raw Esports is gonna have a good run in this particular area if they sustain their players for long enough.
Hmm. That's correct. But I mean, let's see. Leo, on the other hand, also looking to just make sure that they survive over here, but they might just have a fight on their hands. Action, not in the perfect spot, shot upon. Brought down to very little HP, but then he has support from his teammate. Nirzed also making sure that the players of Leo just are in a very big troublesome spot. Liquid though still is able to get that knock on to IC. Now Nirzed around the corner needs to know that he's all alone. So he has to be really careful with the fight he takes. The volley around the corner to flush off Leo. Now Liquid, he wants to fight it out. The shots from behind also make sure that Nirzed is not comfortable, but Liquid will fall and Leo will lose a player. And so do the players of Team Stalwart Esports, because they get third party from Mabetex.
Oh no, Stalwart Esport losing a player this early in the game definitely makes them hard to pin for. It's not gonna be an easy run. However, we did see them get the last chicken with only 3 players on board, but 4 survived for a really long time. Now ASL is trying to march in on this fight. I'm liking the aggression, but I'm not liking the choice of team that they are trying to aggress on.
Okay. Let's see Nirzed though. How does he wait his chance out over here, or do they just use their vehicles and rotate to a different spot? Because they're really around the center of the zone, so shouldn't be that big of a problem to hold it out. But yeah, Wally from far away was able to confirm that frag, and Desert has made his way quite close to the players. Is Desert ready for this fight, or does he want to fall back? I think falling back is the right option. Is the right decision made by them. Plus, even look at the circle. Another central shift, but this time it favors the team around Picardo. That is Raw Esports.
Exactly, Roy Sports is gonna survive in the best position for a really long time, and they're not having many fights to their hands either. They have multiple compounds in control, and all those compounds are such that nading is not gonna be pretty helpful either. HEDC tried to pull off a similar thing this time as they did before with Deadeye's guys on this map by taking down the complete squad just for having eliminated them the last time, but this time it does not seem like it's working in their favor just yet, because Seal has been able to eliminate Rogue again as they did the last time, and that puts HBC at a man disadvantage, and Aero is also about to lose his life soon enough.
Actually, see, a tough spot, although they still are trying to fight it out. The shotgun inside the smoke has definitely landed, and HUDC will be able to eliminate the entire squad of Seal Esports. So 4 frags to their name, yes, but losing Rogue will have its own repercussions in the upcoming zones.
Losing Rogue was definitely something that HEDC will be, worried about, will have to be cautious about, because now that they go forward with 3 players, the chicken is definitely out of the question, specifically on a map like Miramar, where we do see teams, depending on the numbers, way too much when it comes to the last few fights. DRS, in the meanwhile, will spoil the sport for T2K, and T2K will lose a player.
So that's a little bit of a difficult situation coming in for the players of Team T2K as well. We were talking about them earlier, that they were able to, they would have been happy, in the map of Erangel, depending on the circle that was formed now. But this time around, not the best possible result. In the meanwhile, Leo just push in and eliminate the entire squad of Team Stalwart Esports. Now that's a surprise.
That's a big surprise. Stalwart is gonna have a very hard time going forward from here. This also makes it hard for you to predict what team is gonna win because you generally like to go with Stalwart itself.
Mhm.
But it's gonna be more interesting now that you don't have them on board to go ahead for. This time around, King of Spades trying to pick it up with Leo where they left off, but I don't think it's gonna be a fight that they should invest in. Leo right now seems like they're in momentum.
Look at this though. Slayer sir going all in against this demo over here and somehow is able to land the headshot. It was a very messy battle, but at the end of the day, he's the one who scores the goal, so it does not matter. Even Godless is being sprayed upon, and Slayer sir is making sure that he's able to deal as much damage as possible before his team arrives. Finally, they do. Slayer sir needs to heal himself back up because the zone will also do a little bit of damage, and him falling over there will be very, very difficult to work with. But meanwhile, DRS coming in with a third party. Godless fall. And Alex left all alone in this 1v4 situation. First of all, against the players of Team DEADEYES, guys.
Exactly, and it's about time for the predictions. I'm gonna go with Roy Esports this time. Let's see what the future holds for them. But in the meanwhile, I do want to know what you are thinking.
I mean, I'd go 4MV though. I think they really have a
Okay.
good chunk of the circle. Nobody will enter in from the north side of Picado. So all these fights will be taken away on the southern front. This is a 4MV game for sure. This is a 4MV game. But right now on our screens we have IHC where somehow Alex has been able to revive up Demo, bring him back into the game. But how far can he go? That's the biggest question.
In the meanwhile, though, HVDC loses another, and that's gonna be a sad start for HVDC as well as IHC. They were trying to capitalize on numbers, but I'm not gonna complain for IHC much. They secured 14 points in the last game. This time, even if they get one, they are good for the day. They'll only have five more to go for in the next two matches. So it's not sad. It's not as sad as one would think it is. However, so far only two teams have been lost. IAC is battling the Blues, and they will soon enough have to make sure that they make it back into the circle without losing players just to get at least placement points because I mean you would want to make sure that you close off that target as quickly as possible and then get some extra as well.
Hmm. Let's see. Deadies guys right now. Precious sir has the pickup truck over available for him. Now using this vehicle, rotation on Miramar becomes a little bit easier because this truck is fast, let me tell you that. So you can easily rotate irrespective of the terrain you have. Meanwhile, HVDC Aero, he gets another knock. He is fighting against the players of Team Mabetex this time around. The last time I remember they were somewhere around the city of Los Leones, but now have already rotated on the southern side and are in a little bit of a trouble because even Love from T2K has been able to get another knock and confirmation for their team.
Well, as of now, it seems like T2K will have a frag to the names. Mapex will get taken down completely, and it will be an easier time for the team. But T2K is very close in proximity to Roy Esports, and Roy Esports have a great compound to themselves, great location as well, and are being approached by DRX. Would want to get into a fight, get it done with, dusted with, for that confidence that they might need against DRS going forward. But wait a second, DRS is not approaching them. They're just staying on the circle, waiting for the next circle to form, I think.
Okay. Oh, meanwhile, Deadies guys, they just one after the other are taking down the players of HVDC. So good frags acquired by them. Malik though from Roy Esports. Now let's see Malik. Where does he want to take this battle from? Has the players of Team STFL coming his way, so the spray will be thrown in. Meanwhile, Deadies guys will try to take down Arrow from the vehicle. Plus, there's some cover fire from Sanchi from far above. It won't be that easy of a job to do for the remaining players of Deadies guys. Meanwhile, Loa, King of Spades, all these teams in the battle. STFL, close quarter. Reefers gets a knock, but the trade is there. ASL left with just two, Chari and Joker. Let's see if they're enough or not.
Third party coming in for the side of 4MV will go perfectly well for their side and they will be in a better position. Good going for the side of 4MV as of now, and ASL will be sent back. this is difficult for ASL to go forward from. But now that 4MB has started shooting, they've also attracted some attention, buddy.
I mean, it does not really matter because they have a compound to their advantage. They will just make sure that they use it just perfectly and get those frags for themselves. Plus, near the center of the next zone too. So 4MB really have that upper hand in the entire game. Roy Sports on the other hand, look at that. IHC, ASL, T2K, DRS, just four different teams in four different directions. Meanwhile, HVDC and Deadeye's guys. Now this is a close range battle. Sanchir pushes in, but the trade is there from Slayer Sir. But does he get taken down? The M4 spray does not connect. The reset is not there. And HVDC bite the dust as Deadeye's guys is able to eliminate them.
Well, DEADEYES guys is gonna be able to take care of HVDC, and now IHC and T2K are gonna have a fight of their own, in which DEADEYES guys and Raw Esports both can play the spoil sport. Look at Malik all the way from the compound. He is able to get a frag, leave the compound, and also try and make sure that his backup arrives right on time. T2K will be able to acquire one particular zone, but the nades are gonna come in. Jane will take some damage, and T2K will be suffering.
Forced to reset over here. T2K nade onto Rig, but he survives. Sky was not good enough with the nade. Now T2K have been constricted to just two little compounds, so Raw Esports should have an easier time eliminating this entire squad. But then ISC will also jump in with the third party, so they also have to take into consideration that particular factor.
Jane survival
1
also
HP.
little. Yup.
1 HP is what Jane has. So he really needs to reset. Plus, I don't think so he has any more first aids available. He is just surviving on the basis of boosters and bandages.
Well, boosters and bandages are not gonna do much. He needs survival tactics, he needs survival abilities. But the nade will come in again, and this time it's gonna miss Jane. If it landed, it would have been the end for him. Sky is still trying to get some more nades in from the side of Raw, but not many bringing any benefit. Oh, IHC
Okay.
though.
Demo, exactly. This is the
Helping
third party
out,
that I
yep.
was talking about. Although IHC third party, I was a little bit worried because I thought they will third party Roy Sports. But hey, why not? If you get that opportunity to take down one of the players of Team T2K, that also works. No problem whatsoever. Easily done by IHC. Get another point to themselves. And T2K now with just two are just hoping to survive in this instance.
And that survival is not gonna be easy. They're constricted, they're restrained, and they will have to move out because the circle is not supporting the area that they're in. Same can be said for IHC. Soon enough, the circle will push in. IHC will have to leave the compound, and once they vacate, they will get picked by players of Raw Esports because both these teams are literally in crosshairs for Raw Esports. And if they are able to win this battle, they will be in a very comfortable spot because no other team is gonna approach them from here.
Oh, meanwhile, Joker has been able to get that dog, but because Sussex just came in front of Faisal, he's like, oh, knock player, free point, why not? That's just free money to me. Meanwhile, Faisal's dead will also take down Precious, and it's all down to Slayer Sir in this compound. Deadeye's guys, they were having such a great game until they pushed on to the players of Team King of Spades. And now, it is King of Spades who are looking really, really strong in terms of number and also in terms of gunpower.
Well, we'll soon figure out if this works. And wait a second, King of Spades lose another player. We are seeing nades being thrown in constantly, and in the meanwhile, Leo becomes a prey for the predators of 4MB.
Oh, Slayer saw the shotgun around the corner. Will also take down ExoX. Now, for a second, I thought Deadeye's guys might just get eliminated, but they've reduced KS to 1. And this last remaining player, the location is known because they can hear the footsteps. Now let's see. The DBS also has that extended available, but Leo from far away will do the third party. Deadeye's guys, a little bit lucky, a little bit help from the outside will make sure that they not only survive but get some extra elimination points too.
Raw Esports, in the meanwhile, take care of T2K, and with complete elimination, the team goes on to the 9th position. One and only 1 point to their name that they got from one elimination, but that's about it. Now Raw Esports only has to battle it out with IHC, who again only has 2 players to the name. Now, if this battle goes in the favor of Raw, they will not have any other battle to face off just yet. Until the circle supports them, they are gonna be comfortable. But let's see what the position becomes, because as of now, if you take a look, there is a fight that DEADEYES guys is invested in, but they have only two players. Make it one.
Yeah, that's not a fun fight to be in. Easy frag available, and suddenly Leo, they are looking in a difficult spot. Slayer Sir has been spotted down too. Oh, good shot from Assassin. Frags up Slayer Sir a little bit. Frag is not there though. Now cooking out a nade. Assassin wants to get that connection as soon as possible onto Leonova. Well, the nade will land a little bit short. Will not take Nova entirely down, but the volley, hoping to get the job done, won't also matter. So Leo will survive for now. Two players still in the game. Let's see how far can they go.
We'll soon figure out if Leo is going to be able to sustain much. They do have good frags, but the number of players is not going to support them, as you just mentioned. And they're also not inside the circle. The zone is going to push them, ASL is going to watch them, and there will be a third party benefit that again will be reaped by the players of 4MB. Now, the circle does not support Roy Esports either. They're going to have to vacate the compounds sooner or later, and if they wait for IHC doing so, even if they are able to win the battle, they will lose a couple of players either to IHC or to the circle while trying to make their way back in. And the only two compounds inside the circle will be taken care of by 4MV and DE Venom. Roy Sport trying to go for an earlier rotation. If they fall in the crosshairs, they're done for. Because no support for Sky whatsoever just yet.
Oh, meanwhile, early shots being taken from ASL, giving away their position, but they're not getting the frag. Now Noah stands up, takes down Slayer Sir, so that's DEADEYES guys also being eliminated out of the game. Noah is still trying to fight it out. The nades being thrown in, hoping to find anything or any sort of damage that they can. They're not able to find anything at all. Around the corner, another nade. Oh, won't matter. Won't really matter, as ASL will still survive and have that upper hand in the fight.
Well, ASL right now does make themselves look very convincing, but it's still gonna be a game that 4MV will be able to capitalize on to. Currently, it seems like everything is in their favor. The positioning, the fights, the numbers, the complete control seems to be falling onto the hands of 4MV. Even though right now Leo and ASL can actually spoil the sport, I don't think they're trying to. Oh, Roy Sports in the meanwhile, they'll get taken down. That's what
Easy
I
one
was
by one.
talking about. Once they get spotted, they're going to be taken care of. Should have slightly waited for the zone to come in. Should have gone for a slightly later rotation so that they
Mhm.
would have found ASL already busy in a fight when they entered.
Sometimes the timing just does not favor you, and
Yep.
I think this is one of those times, and they were not the ones favored in this battle. But meanwhile, the ASL is, look at the shotgun go boop boop. Shari gets good frag, but then Sky from Raw is the one who also third party, so ASL will lose a player. But now Nova is trying to reset around the corner. He's able to get another knock. His own gun barrel hit the player of Team ASL, but Assassin in the meanwhile knocked and completely finished off an ASL. I thought for a second that they really have an advantage in the game, but them losing a player will just diminish their chances of getting a frag to their getting points to their name.
DRS, though, trying to take care of 4MV in the meanwhile. Great compound to their name as well. They have a fight coming in from the side of the Venom, which they have to deal with. But other than that, they're safe. Raw officials with only two players will not be investing into any fights as of now, but they do not have anywhere to go either. Completely in the open, the team gets caught, pants down. Oh, the circle though. Circle doesn't support 4MV anymore.
It's a hard circle for sure. It's a hard circle for sure. But then moving inside is where 4MV I think will struggle a little bit. Let's see. It's super far away. ASL, one of the players is inside the zone, and Sleepy has already started to get some frags. Sky from Raw falls, but it's D Venom's player who steals that frag. So Sleepy would definitely be angry because of it. What can he do about it? Joker, meanwhile, falls to the play zone. He was trying to enter in. I think he has already got in the zone, but
Yep.
then the revival has also to be facilitated. And then in the next 15 seconds, they also have to get inside the zone. Yes, Sleepy has the position, but do they have enough cover? The vehicle, is it well enough to help you get inside the zone? That's the biggest question for me.
Exactly. It does not seem like there's gonna be much that can favor the players of ASL in this particular moment, but the same can be said for Raw Esports as well. DRS, however, gaining attention from the side of 4MV and DE Venom getting an opportunity for third party. But they're not going to do that just yet because, as you can see, DE Venom has a player that's knocked, want to go for the revival, and that's when they'll start.
4MV though spotted down by Sleepy, and this guy has been really accurate with the sprays. But 4MV find themselves a dip. Doc, will he survive? Does Sleepy pull the trigger? That's the question. I think he does and takes down Doc. Beren has to come in with a cover fire, but he's a little bit too late. And ASL Chari will be the one who confirms the frag. Meanwhile, DRS versus Venom D, it did happen. And with a little bit of a third party support, DRS are able to eliminate the squad of Team DE Venom.
As of now, it does seem like Raw Esports has one single player. That is definitely a team that gets taken off of, being able to contest this. But if you take a look at DRS with all four, they do look strong. However, 4MV with three doesn't look weak either. ASL still has to impress me.
I mean, 9 defeat points already to their name and still looking for some more. ASL have definitely done a good job till now. 4MV though make it inside the zone, but DRS, man, they have such a supreme position inside the zone. This will even help them further. And unless 4MV decide that they do really want to fight it out against DRS, I don't see a way for them to climb up this hill. Also getting third party shots landing onto 4MV's player. East down to very little HP, and nade from Killer will knock him down.
Well, East right now does seem like he's gonna be in a very hard rut. But the rest of the team also with their Maoli, the confirmation will come in.
But the spam through the smoke will get Beren down to. And 4MV, they're just left with one remaining player. ASL coming in with a perfect third party, but now they also have to move inside the zone. Let's not forget about that. Is there enough time for Apex to get the revival onto Beren though? I don't think so, because the zone will start shrinking in the next 0 seconds. So Beren is not getting the revival. Only thing is he can get carried inside the zone if that's the case. But the zone is super slow, so you might see Beren able to get the revival, but instantly has to start running towards the zone. There is a buggy available for Apex, which will at least help him to get in the zone for now. And Beren also pops that first aid. He will be a little late to the party, a little late to enter into the zone. But two players of Team 4MV, let's see if they can fight it against a 4-man squad of Team DRS.
Well, DRS is definitely going to be one big contender in this particular fight. But wait a second, ASL go ahead and take care of them. One player has been taken down, second one is on the crosshair. But in the meanwhile, ASL gets eliminated too. One of the strongest teams on the board at this particular time just does not survive. That's what happens to ASL every time they try.
Oh, that's a good nade from Killer. Just takes down Beren. And now in a 4v1v1, it is Team DRS looking to get that chicken. 4MV left with just one. Raw Esports left with just one. I don't think so they're going far. No, Raw and Apex might just also fight it out because they're so close to each other. The zone has already started closing in. Delta falls. Apex will confirm that frag so that extra points could be awarded to him. But Jiggle, can he get one knock? If he's able to get one knock onto any of these DRS players, that could be huge for Apex to survive and maybe try to go in for a clutch. Apex also spots down Killer, but Killer will be able to get that frag. Jiggle put in a 1v3. Yeah, that's not happening, my friend. You might get one, you might get two, but the HP bar you have, you won't be allowed to reset. And DRS Gaming will get a winner chicken dinner.
Beautifully done by DRS. We were expecting the team to actually come in from the northwestern zone and claim a good spot. As we had discussed earlier as well, they did have a good shot and they converted it as well. None of us get the predictions right, but DRS did get the game right.
Oh, what a game. What a game from the side of Team DRS Gaming. Let's have a look at how many eliminations that they have. Because I think they had good number too. They were able to take down some 4MV players. Before that they had 6. So probably somewhere around 10 is where the elimination number is. 9 elimination points, 19 overall points. Good job done by Team DRS Gaming.
Make it clap.
Alright guys, so
Alrighty.
welcome back after a short little break. Yes, Sahana, you are close to your correct prediction, but not
Very
entirely
close.
correct. So, very close. Second position is what Raw Esports was able to get. And this time around, even 4MB was a little bit closer, but it's alright.
That's
DRS Gaming, they played good, PUBG Mobile, and they are the ones who will be the victors in this map of Miramar.
But Fritz, tell me this: every time your prediction does not work out, you're gonna be switching back to these glasses.
Yeah. I have
Okay.
another one. Not just this, I have another one if I get my prediction correct. So you'll see that if my prediction goes correct. I won't.
So if
repeat
it's wrong,
glasses.
So if you're wrong, you're gonna stick to this. If you're
Yeah,
right, you're gonna
these
have
ones.
swaps. Okay.
Yes,
I want you to be right.
That's it.
I'm now,
Okay.
now I'm curious about the glasses. Okay. But
Oh,
yeah,
that, hopefully the teams are too.
hopefully, yes, hopefully. But yeah, I mean the predictions were pretty close, and I'm very surprised, Fritz. This time we are predicting
Okay.
teams and we're not cursing them. That's new,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
new.
actually working out well. The teams are also performing much better than ever before. Again, ASL still unable to close games. They were in a very good part. They were in a
Yes.
very good position. They could have actually won this, or at
Mhm.
least come second. But they went all the way on to, I think, fourth or fifth position. That's not what
Somewhere
ASL
low,
should have
yes.
been, gotten with the kind of position that they had. I mean, one player Raw survives all the way till the third position, or I think second position, and
Uh-huh.
ASL doesn't. How?
I mean, a little unfortunate for ASL. They really wanted to get into the battle, get into the fight beforehand, before being ready for it. That is where they fell a little bit short. But at least the MVP is going to be from their team. So it is Joker from ASL who's the MVP with 4 eliminations to his name and almost 1,000 damage in the game. He is going to be the most valuable person or the most valuable player in this lobby of Miramar. Good job done by them. I think the eliminations will get them to top 3 because I don't think so. Roy Esports had a lot of frags to their name. So even though they ended up second, they will have maybe 8, 9 points to their name. That's about it.
Yeah, I think 10. I think 4 frags were definitely from the side of Raw. But yeah, in top players, 2 players from the side of ASL make it in. 4 eliminations for Joker, 2 for Sleepy. East still here with 5 alongside Slayer Sir. But Nova with 4 also makes it in. Beautifully done by these players. East definitely has very little damage compared to his eliminations. But he's here. He's here for the run.
That's true. Although if we look at the matchup for the very first time, I mean we see all 4 different players of all
Yup.
4 different teams. So that's a new side. Highest healing done was from demo of IHC, Gyante with the most number of assists from DRS, Sleepy with the highest damage, a player of team ASL. Most eliminations secured by East from 4MB. So for the very first time this is all happening, but it's a good side. It's a good side to see. Now we'll be moving on to the match standings, for which I'm super excited, and let's have a look at that. DRS on top, 19 points. ASL follow them, of course, 9 eliminations, 13 points for this team. 4MB with 13-2, but because they're one low in terms of elimination, they will be below the players of Team ASL and Roy Sports, as you correctly said, Ahana, 10 points to them.
Yup, 4 eliminations is all they got, but 6 position points will put them on 10. And I guess 10 points every single match is good enough to keep them sustaining. But then again, that consistency has to be delivered. And I'm definitely looking for at least 1 or 2 chickens from this team as well. But looking at page 2, JMEX, 1 single point. Stronger fake love, none at all. So I guess stronger fake love is something IHC will be able to topple. And stronger fake love will have to be very, very careful going forward because their position is not concrete.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, DRS, they win this map of Miramar, and now we will be jumping into the next game of Sanhok. That's my, I'd say, second favorite map after Erangel. I like Sanhok because I just
I like
hate
Sanhok even
Miramar.
more than Erangel.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Snake. You know, that's why.
Yeah, it's a
you like
family
that
game
map a
for
little
me.
bit. Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. Everybody has their favorite maps, and yours is Sanhok. No problem whatsoever. Although you yourself said in one of these PMPL streams that you like
Yes,
to play like a snake in this map. So
I do. I mean, I
I'm
would
just
even
quoting you.
like to be as slim as a snake. Eat
That
everything
is
and
something
still
you
be
cannot
slim.
do. That is something you just cannot do right now. But yeah, what we can do is take you guys to the game, which we will be in the next 15 seconds. So drop your predictions. Who do you think is going to get your chicken dinner in this map? One of these groups is not playing, but let me tell you, ST, 4MV are there. Fan favorite DRS is also playing. Deadeyes guys, do I see them? Do I see them? No,
No.
I do not.
Yeah.
Deadeyes
They're
guys,
there. They are there.
they're there.
Yes.
Okay, Deadeyes guys is
Deadeyes
also
guys,
there.
SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is also there.
No, so all these teams are going to play this game out. So definitely drop your predictions in the chat section, guys. Who do you think is going to win the chicken dinner? And if you are correct in the prediction, well, you get a big nothing from us. But still, let's just keep up the engagement overall. And let's hope that your favorite team is able to win this particular map of Erangel. But hey, let's just jump right into action and see what this map of Sanhok has to bring to us.
Exactly. This is looking pretty hyped up for the players because again, as this is one of the maps where luck plays a lot of role, we might see teams trying to dodge that by being super amazing in their gun games. But well, in the particular situation, I mean, does the plane path even matter on Sanhok? I don't think it does. But well, let's just take a look at it anyways. All the way from Bhan, crossing right over Paradise Resort, it goes to Hathin. And Paradise Resort, we all know, is gonna be the IAW NBeSports early drop clash. And Stalwart will be moving towards boot camp as usual.
Now even Sami is approachable, so all these teams should not have that big of a problem dropping in. You can maybe drop towards that city if you really want to. But BDX CMF, that's the team I'm looking forward to. Are they going for a very big split drop? Kampang, one of these teams, I
Yep.
can see STFL also try to contest that particular area. So Kampong is going to be a little bit of a tough situation for STFL because there are two from BITX CMF. Whereas
They moved away.
Jax is literally following HVDC. So if all these players just fall in these respective places, BIT will have a difficult time.
They would, considering that VIT is in such a huge split. I mean, two players are all the way towards the east, and then one is going all the way to the cave, and one is still right in the middle of the two places. We did see the player from STFL decide not to contest Kampong and go all the way to Luckaway. They do not want to take a part into this fight. And look at that again, the main island is slightly a part of the circle. There's a lot of water. The northern island, the Hathin island, and I mean, also the Nakam island are gonna be part of this. And majority of Nakam is in it, but we know we've seen this happen so many times. The circle keeps dodging around towards that merger of the three islands, and then in the end chooses one. So it's gonna be a hard call for teams to decide where they want to go. And the one match I remember at this point of time is the one where 4MV and Stalwart Esports were very close to each other. Stalwart seemed like they would lose because of the kind of rotation that the circle took, and it went all the way towards the favor of 4MV. But still, Stalwart turned out to be the winners of that. So, like, that was huge.
Yup. And this circle will definitely take a hard notch shift. I'm sure about that because it cannot be this easy for either of these teams. And
Yep.
now the vehicles will be really important because we do say that vehicles in this map is like signing your own death warrant. But then when you have a circle like this where you really do not know where it is finally going to end. Plus, you also have to focus on your loot. It's better to have one. Faster rotations will definitely help you get the best possible loot and then rotate inside the zone. But in midst of all of this, Pinar is going to be a very safe and secure area. For MV should have no trouble whatsoever. So does the area of boot camp as well. Meanwhile, Deadeye's guys have spotted down NBeSports. Oh, that's a vehicle drop. That's a vehicle drop. Although Sekojin with the weapon will be able to take down Sussex or in the process.
Okay, I mean, this wasn't supposed to happen, but the first blood will get drawn. NB Esports will have the benefit of it. I felt like NB Esports will be taking the damage here, but they managed to go ahead and trade it off. No players lost, but one defeat acquired. NB Esports good position as of now into the game, but they have to have one into the circle as well. In the meanwhile, though, bullets did get shot onto 4MV, but they still survive.
Hmm. NBA Esports would be happy with this very first engagement that they had, but they are now moving forward towards the players of Team JMEX. Now that's on the books. It's a very easy fight for NBA Sports to win, but then they'll have to make sure that they do not lose players in the process. So that's another thing that has to be taken into consideration. Stalwart Esports have already started their rotation. They want to just make sure that they are somewhere near the Tri-City of this island connection bridges, and after that they will try to move inside one of these major islands and get inside the zone.
Well, let's see if getting inside the zone is going to be the one thing that they can actually count on. In the meanwhile, though, NB Sports will get taken down by the Venom, and with one single elimination point to the name, the whole team will have to surrender
It's a
and
1v4
kneel down
though.
instead
Look
of
at
kneeling.
that.
Yep, it is
Riley
1v4.
Khan just made this a graveyard of players by NB Sports. That's a really good thing for the Venom now.
That is true. One single player goes ahead, takes a fight, gets four. Beautiful. 4MV in the meanwhile, though, trying to fight it off against Leo Esports. So far on the upper edge, not losing a single player. East is very low on HP, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. It's a clean sweep that they're going to be mounting towards. The nade is going to land. It is going to do damage, but it's just not going to confirm
Oh,
any
that's the second
frags.
knock.
Oh, wait a
And
second. What?
now, yeah, Slipknot gets a double, and now he's cooking a nade onto East as well. Now, if East falls, that'll be a little bit of a troublesome situation. Seal also come in with a third party. Not looking good at all. East is able to take down the squad of Leo, but how does he deal with Seal? He's all alone. Yes, 5 frags to your name, but an entire squad of Seal heading your way. The shotgun being spammed out. And 4MV will also get eliminated this early on in the game.
Very strong teams out of the game. NB Sports, Leo, 4MB. Teams with good fragging power already taken down. This should call for celebration for ASL and Bad Intentions and JMEX. These teams should right now be fluttering in the air, trying to find out how to exactly win this one off and seal that victory, because right now all they gotta do is take fights. The biggest contenders have already been taken down. Seal, however, right now survives near Stalwart Esports, and the way they're going, it seems like they're trying to spoil it for Stalwart as well.
Oh, good knock from Tops, but then the trade is there from Kirito. Good job done by the guy Kirito, but he has also been spotted down. Good shots from their Z, but it's not enough to get the knock. Now a 1v1 with Fearless in the compound. Fearless has been brought down very low. The drop shot does not connect. The shotgun does not connect. Do Stalwart also fall? It's all on to
Yes, they
IC.
do.
Can Seal pull it out? Kirito, 1v1. Shotgun around the corner gets one. Fearless also falls, and Team Stalwart will survive, and the first one to get the revival should be Tops because he does have very little HP left to him.
Let's see if it's gonna be on time for Tops. Tops will get eliminated. It's only three players that survive from the side of Stalwart Esports, but a good game nonetheless. Four frags to the name, and only one player lost. Same can be said for Venom DE. But yeah, Seal tried really well. They could have actually seized this one. And literally found themselves at about 7 eliminations in the beginning of the game so quickly, that would have been amazing. But well, they do fall to Stalwart, and with that, Stalwart sustains on 3 players. JMEX though will get taken down by Venom DE. Galzin is already knocked, nowhere in position to get revival, and I think Lexi will be next in line. Oh, nice
Ah,
circle though.
yeah, it's a nice circle, but Lexi has been pinned down to a very difficult angle now. Let's see if
True.
Domi is able to eliminate him down or not entirely. But Orange is sneaking up onto Rambo over here. But I think Rambo has finally spotted him down. The knock will be there, and JMEX will lose yet another player. Only Galzin survive. Only Lexi survives in all of this ruckus. Maybe try to drop back to Galzin. That's also not the case. Galzin also falls. And Lexi, let's see how much can he do. He's just hiding inside a truck over here, hoping to catch anyone who tries to rotate.
Let's see if Lexi will have the benefit of that situation, because so far it seems like the only team trying to rotate is gonna be Deadeye's guys, and I don't think they're even gonna choose that particular bridge. It seems pretty easy peasy for Deadeye's guys to walk back into the circle, and now that the circle has formed this particular way, it's only gonna be the southern part of Painan Bridge, that Painan area, that becomes the
Mhm.
island that's inside the circle. Nothing else is in contestation. So a lot of teams are gonna have joy for that. But T2K, this team is still all the way at Lakavi. How do they make it back inside the circle is my question.
That's a good question. But let's see. I mean, what's the answer to it? Because SKYLIGHTZ Gaming right now, they are in a difficult spot to say the least. The zone is just damaging them quite a bit. Let's see. For now, though, SKYLIGHTZ, they do have a vehicle, so that will assist them. BITX CMF, meanwhile, are in this fight with the players of team HVDC, 90 Degree Night. Both these players are literally in front of Rogue, who has a shotgun in his hand. So if he's able to connect these shots, I think the opponent team will be in a lot of trouble.
Let's see if that's gonna be the case. As of now, Rogue is gonna be pushing BITX away. 90 degree is already down, but Knight also seems like he's gonna have to take his way back. He tried to come back for the survival of 90 degree, but did not work out. And now BITX is also looking like they're in trouble. The only teams comfortable right now are gonna be the ones that are already on the island, and somehow it seems like DRS might just have another victory.
Well, let's not run our horses over here. But yes, DRS is in a good spot. Edge of the zone, not even just victory. I think they will also find some frags onto the players of Team ASL. What is even Chari trying to do? I say he gets 3 knocks. But what after that? You cannot climb up this hill or this rock from this position. So you better find yourself around somewhere Nakham region where you can climb this area and get on the main island to fight it out. Otherwise, you're very well eliminated out of the game.
That's true. This is going to be slightly difficult going forward for the side of ASL. But in the meanwhile, I do gotta see what HVDC has in plans, because this team does have a great spot to themselves, but the rest of the teams are gonna be marching in from that exact situation. And look at the way the circle has shifted. It's literally looking like a halo around the heads of DRS.
Ooh. I mean, I get it, Anna. You really want to predict over here, but unfortunately, our producer does not, and we still will have to wait for a little bit more. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, though, on the other hand, no fear gets that knockout to Sanchir. The zone is also in a very interesting spot to say the least. DRS. That's what the sound should sound like. Because right now they literally are on the edge of the zone. The only fights they have to take are the ones in front of them. And I think one of the teams, Stalwart, is trying to fight it out against them. Now SKYLIGHTZ, Mr. Moro, real close to Rogue, spotted down his vehicle, but Rogue is super quick to just run away from the position.
Well, DRS did take a little bit of damage, slight loss came to their face, but it's gonna be a revivable situation. They are gonna be back on stage, and now that the prediction time has come in, I'm gonna predict DRS.
All right, I will this time around go with the players of team IAW.
Okay.
Don't know why. Just something that I think that might help the players of team IAW. All four players still surviving. Are not inside the zone, but I think that they will come in from behind and just sweep everyone off their feet.
Okay. I thought you would go for Deadeye's, guys, but well, whatever suits, bro. STRFL though, self damage is what they're gonna do. Another knock onto the team, all by themselves. Well, in the meanwhile, though, it seems like the players from the side of T2K still haven't made it back into the circle. All the way at Cave, I don't know what Love is doing.
Playing for survival. Playing for survival is what Love is doing right now. Meanwhile, ASL, SKYLIGHTZ, HVDC all make their way in the zone with a vehicle. Rogue again spotted out. The spray is there but does not connect, and Rogue will just be able to run away once again. But for how long? How long does he run? That's my question over here. Meanwhile, ASL, one of the players, gets taken down to very little HP. Meanwhile, Knight finally in this fight. A lot of damage done because of the nade. And Rogue will just charge in and confirm that frag. Bad IntentionX CMF out of the game. And HVDC still have a little bit of a chance overall.
I mean, it's one single player, so yeah, I agree with the little bit part of your conversation. But yeah, in the meanwhile, Deadeye's guys definitely seem like they're gonna be having a battle face off with I8WO.
What a
And finally,
zone.
players of T2K make it in, and look at the same zone. It's again mounting right onto the heads of DRS.
I in my mind I was thinking should I go with Stalwart, but then I thought that no, three players, Sanhok, difficult thing. Now I'm regretting my decision. The zone is just like, nah, bro, you should have already gone with that prediction. I did not, unfortunately, and now I cannot change it either. So this will be a tough thing for me to do. But
Digest.
meanwhile, IAWO, they do one good thing at least. Deadeye's guys, Shifuser has been taken away. So Deadeye's guys will be reduced to just three players surviving.
Exactly. However, Deadeye's guys will be able to retaliate back into the fight as well. But as the circle is pushing in, they will have to hold it off for a little while. And in that little while, T2K will find a spot inside the circle. Which means once you start moving in, there is double trouble coming and waiting for any team that's trying to find a spot.
Yeah. Now let's see how do they try and approach inside
Oh,
the zone.
dead.
Meanwhile, Stalwart Esports just eliminate the last remaining duo of T2K. Easily done. I see HDC Rogue also helps them a little bit overall, and that's the frags collected, or what should I say, accumulated by them. An easy job. Meanwhile, Stalwart with 5 defeat points. I mean, IC did major of the heavy lifting against the players of Team Steel Esports, and he is still going on with the frags that he gets.
Stalwart definitely is gonna be in a good enough position. The number of players definitely has dropped. It's only three, and I feel like going forward they will be the first point of contact for any team that come in. So it might reduce going forward. But Skylights Gaming also find themselves a good enough spot inside the circle. ASL though, I don't care what spot they have. I know they're not gonna make it, and that's just something I'm gonna be firmly believing. But yeah, Dead Eyes guys make it in from north of Tambang, and that's gonna be a fight that DE Venom might seal off.
Meanwhile, IAW has been spotted down by Stalwart Esports. It's not going to be a fun time for IAW to escape from there. Especially Wofis, he's basically stuck in this watchtower. He can obviously just waltz back his way from the different side. But meanwhile, Stalwart also sees some of the players of I think ASL who are trying to rotate so far away, and some shots will be taken. On the other hand, DRS, they just walk in and eliminate the two remaining players of Deadeye's guys too. Another team going out of the game without much points to their name.
Well, points are definitely something that teams have been struggling for. This week hasn't been as beautiful as a lot wanted it to be. Venom DE, however, with 8 frags to the name, is gonna be pretty happy about their position. As of now, we have 7 teams remaining. That means every team is gonna get position points as well, and that makes them happy. Stalwart, though, currently in 2 different fights, trying to pin down players of ASL, trying to pin down players of IAWO, and also unaware that Rogue also sustains in that tiny little compound.
Well, Rogue will play a sport for, I'd say, some of the players here and there. Meanwhile, Sleepy spotted down. DRS Killer is just so very accurate with the shots. He will also try to secure that frag for his name. Joker is running up to get that revival done as soon as possible, and I think he will be able to get that player back up into action and running. But what is Assassin doing underwater? As soon as he gets spotted down, he will just fall down too. I think he is trying to come under the Nakham region, because of which he is still, slowly and steadily making his way. Meanwhile, Stalwart have also kept an eye on to the players of Team ASL. Not letting them get inside the zone is their priority, and that's what they're working towards.
Well, as of now, DRS just trying to take care of ASL alongside Stalwart. These two teams together might be able to take care of ASL together,
Yeah,
and that's exactly what happens. Yeah.
Easy job done by the team, and they have been able to get some good frags to their name. Delta though comes in, also take down D Venom's Domi, so another player of Team D Venom fall in the process, and D Venom will also be in a little bit of an uncomfortable situation. Sleepy, even though he did spot out Killer in this region, landing shots is never easy. Joker falls, so does Sleepy, and even Stalwart getting in with the third party, securing some frags to their name.
It does seem like Stalwart is going to be having a good fun time with the number of frags they accumulate. But without confirming Assassin, Killer YT moves back to the team because a player has been lost for DRS. Now DRS
Ooh,
needs
Delta.
revival.
I mean, I don't know if they even will get it or not, because Rules is also left with very little HP. He also shoots to give away his location, and random shots from Domi will do the job. Dave and Ram are playing spoil sport. Your prediction? I think Ahana again down the drain. A third party coming in. Okay, not a third party, but it's the last remaining player of Team DRS. Killer takes some shots, brings Riley down completely out of the game, and Venom DE also left with just a single player standing. Domi though fights against IAWO. Viper has been taken down. The revival is being attempted overall, and they should be able to get that revival. But Domi, how does he want to play it? Does he go passive? No, he does not. Tosses a Molotov right outside the compound, but does not connect. There's not a window around this particular area through which Domi can toss a nade. But the volley will connect onto Viper, and he will fall down to the nade. And Muffiz also falls. What is IAWO doing?
Proving your prediction wrong. That's what they're doing. Domi now, a solo survivor, already has 4 frags to the name, will be confirming 5th as well.
Look at that. Stalwart Esports also spotted down the players of Team SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, taking some shots, hoping to get those knocks. And suddenly, the Venom find themselves with some extra confidence, it seems like. DBS around the corner should do the job. The first shot does not land. So does for the players of Team so does for the players of D Venom. Now, under the window, Domi left with very little HP. Finally will be taken care of, but at what cost? IAW have lost 2 players.
2 players is all that IW is gonna have. 5 teams, 11 players. Stalwart Esports right now looking like a very promising team in this game. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming still surviving with 4. The 4th, however, needs some resurrection. I think it will happen. The circle supports SKYLIGHTZ as well. DRS, the single player, might just find it really hard to survive.
I mean, for the only 2 teams, DRS and IAW, it will be super difficult to move inside the zone, because I think Stalwart already has action in an anchor position to help them survive. I'm surprised to see that SKYLIGHTZ haven't tossed any of these nades till now onto action, because they exactly know where that guy is, but still no nades to his area. Will at least give him a little bit of a chance to survive. Meanwhile, IAW also throwing in some smokes, trying to get that rotation going on. But Nima has some other plans. Gets that knock onto IAW's Octopus, and I think he will also fall. Domain is trying to toss an aid, and DRS Killer from behind comes in with a third party. Domain's nade will confirm Nima, and Killer confirms Mafia Ninja. Or does he not confirm? He does not confirm. He only gets that knock. So the revival is possible, but Boro, my god, for a second I thought he might just fall off and give away his life. Mafia Ninja is bleeding out, but the revival has to be thrown in. Stalwart, this is their time to push in. Nirjat's nade will completely finish off Octopus. And the follow-up nade, the rifle just might do the job. Domain steps up, but does not get the knock. And Nirjat will make sure that he survives. has been taken down by the player of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. I see Fall, but the close-in has already been done. The shotgun around the corner. Nima gets another knock. Mirzed also falls. And that's, I think, the chicken dinner for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, as the last remaining player of ASL cannot climb back up.
Oh, beautifully done, beautifully done. A leap of faith and a bullet to the head is all that they are trying to do. With that, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming will be able to close the game in their own favor, and the victory that they missed out on will finally be achieved. Beautiful.
Oh, winner, chicken dinner. What a good game. What a good game for the players of Team SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. We were talking about this team, and they've already climbed up ranks. They've already climbed up to that overall second position. Look at that, 20 total points. This team is looking fearless right now.
Make it clap.
Alright guys, welcome back after a short little break. Me and Ahana are back at it again. A little bit oversaturated, we'll just get fixed in a little bit of our time. But yes, Ahana, what a beautiful game over here. I mean, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming was least expected. Yes, they had all their 4 players surviving, but I thought the zone, the way that it was going, plus SKYLIGHTZ was so very far away from the zone, I thought the game was done for. But it was not. I mean, SKYLIGHTZ, they just run back in. They are just able to find themselves a great compound. Nobody fired upon as DRS got so many players eliminated early on. Stalwart Esports were a little bit distracted. All of these teams just kept losing players after players. And that's what happens. I mean, a little bit of a favor, a little bit of a luck for this team. And they're able to get themselves that chicken dinner.
Exactly, and I mean, you said it very well, but the way your lights are, messing with you, it made
I just cannot.
It made it sound like a horror story, like in a dark room, keep your torch on and off, on and off. It's very scary. But yeah, I mean, it was scary for the players of DRS. They were almost on the verge of getting their second chicken and maybe go on a run for, double chicken situation on the first day itself, but they could not. But yeah, the best elimination game has come in from the side of Domi with 5 to himself.
That's true. And
the damage.
Good job done by the players, and he has good damage, man. 5 frags, and according to it, 1,000 damage is way too much.
Yep.
So a little bit unfortunate for the guy, but it's okay. I don't think so. They should really have a big problem overall.
Exactly. I mean, he has 4 assists as well. So somewhere it seems like overall the team definitely has at least more than 9 eliminations. But yeah, beautifully done by the Venom. This team definitely looked like one of the contenders to actually win towards the end circles, but then they ended up in bad fate. But yeah, beautifully done. No Fear and Mr. Boro both make it in. Wow, okay.
That's good for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. I mean, the only problem that they had was with the total eliminations that they were getting. Chicken dinner was never a concern for the players of Team SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. And this time around in this game, I think so they're set. I think so that they're really set and they do not have a lot of problems. So good job done by all these players overall. But now let's see, we talk about the match summary this time around. We have highest damage for Domi, highest assist for Domi too. So not only was he dishing out damage, it was his team who was capitalizing upon the damage being dealt.
Exactly, he did not let the kills get stolen by someone else. His own team was able to close those kills off. And yeah, that puts the team in a much better situation, much better position. But yeah, Venom definitely deserved to have a better piece of this pie. However, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming again one of the teams that really had a promising run the last game and this time convert the victory with 20 points and the Venom trails behind with 15. 13 eliminations to the team. Good job.
That's true. Good job done by the team. I mean, 13 eliminations overall. 15 points is not a bad game at all. So
Yep.
that's a good start for this team. Although Stalwart back with the consistency. Third game back to back, they only faltered in one of those. So first game with 15 points, second game with 13 points, and one of these games they had just 1 point to their name. So back to their consistent ways. 4MV not so much, only 5 points from this game. But then again, they were third parties so much that I cannot. I mean, I would just say it was a little bit of a bad luck involved over there, except for any other thing. But a good attempt overall. You look at STFL, you look at SEAL, all these teams, they will have to perform a little bit better because 3-2 points is something you do not want from one single game.
Exactly, you do want a better situation for yourselves. And I mean, if you're JMEX 0, that is not working out at all. But it's time for Arena, and we are gonna be seeing 4MV playing it this time.
Yeah, 4MV versus King of Spades. That's the matchup if I'm correct. So
Yep.
it will be a fun. It will definitely be a fun game to see, fun game to witness overall. But let's also have a look at the overall brackets too, because that's where the major fun is. So we already have seen all these teams play out. 4MV is yet to play, and so are the players of Team Mabetex. So the only two teams who yet have to play one game are 4MV and Mabetex Esports. I think
Also
HVDC too.
HVDC. Yep. These three teams haven't played a single game in TDM, and after tomorrow, we will have seen every single team play at least once, and we'll have a better
Yes.
idea on to deciding which team seems more favorable in the situation of TDM. The way the games are going today, it does seem like when it comes to firepower 4MV might be able to put themselves in a better position. But let's see how King of Spades performs, because this is one of those teams that took their own sweet time, tried to hold the fights back
Yes.
off. I don't want to see that though. I want to see action.
Alright, action is what you want, action is what you'll get, Anna. Here we go with the map of Arena. TDM battle between these two teams. No Groza seen till now, it's only the barrel for Doc. No nade, it's just a head-on battle that these two players want to just take on, and Doc will be taken down because there's some cover fire from behind from Naruto.
King of Spades playing strategically in a TDM, and 4MV just trying to march in for frags. So far missing out. No points for 4MV when in the beginning, and King of Spades is 5 already. That's unexpected.
6, make it 6, make it 7. What an early. I think 4MV have no idea how to play TDM. They just do not play TDM. They are the rulers of Classic, but TDM is not their cup of tea. They are trying to get some frags back, but then look at that. King of Spades have already got 10. 4MV just start their account. They have been able to send the entire squad of Team King of Spades back around this time. But yeah, the trades are still happening, and I still see a lead for King of Spades.
King of Spades definitely surviving on a 5-point lead, which is a huge lead against a team like 4MV. But then again, the play style is different, the game is different, and that makes it much harder for 4MV to pick that pieces back up from. The early aggression that 4MV showed by undermining the players of King of Spades lost them a lot of points. But now they're finally looking like they can actually make a comeback into the game. The lead has been shortened to 3. However, very little HP on one of 4MV players, and he will get taken down alongside Venom.
The trades are happening, and the one good thing that 4MV has been able to achieve, they've been able to get the lead back in control. At least that's what's up. 5 points lead is what they have. Doc is still making sure that he plays with the team. The left hand side attack comes in. Dead Storm spotted around the corner. Now the double peek, and he won't even be able to get one. Brought down to 2. 4MV, great comeback, man. 10-point deficit is what they had, and they just covered it all up.
4MV so far trying to go ahead and make sure that they actually have the lead in hands. The equalizer will come in, trade is still riding supreme, but 4MV finally looks like they can actually make this game turn around in their own favor. The tables are turning and the emotions are rising for the side of 4MV. They finally get a lead, however the equalizer is short to arrive, and with that 4MV capitalizes on another situation.
Ease goes in, gets another frag. 21 frags already dealt. King of Spades finally answer back, and they've just been pushed to spawn. Cannot come out of there right now, it seems like. Ease though falls to the players of King of Spades, but Then comes ball back up. 4MV still have the lead, still have the early advantage. And let's see how do they go and close it out.
As of now, 4MV trying to get the lead back, but King of Spades will have supremacy onto that. Again, a 1 point lead, not huge, but still a lead nonetheless. We're very close to their own goal. With 25 points already in hand, they have 15 more to go. King of Spades.
Good
Will
nade.
they take down? The nade is right. The nade is right on spot. XOXOX gets taken down, and now it's time for Naruto to go.
Yeah, but on the other hand, the trades have already happened. So East and Dock have already fallen down, because of which Apex will still try to hold down the fort. He still has an aid available to him, so maybe he can toss it out, get a frag, and get the lead back up and running. XOXOX needs to be really careful around the corner. So does Deathstorm, and if you're not, you'll just get shot in the face. The trades, though, once again happen. So 4MV not completely in control. It seems like King of Spades are giving them a run for their money.
Exactly, 4MV has never been seen be so much in trouble, but King of Spades right now actually acting like kings and again securing a lead of 5 points. Now they're only 7 away from the victory. Will 4MV literally get defeated in the first TDM itself and get eliminated from this complete matchup? It very much seems so.
Oh, King of Spades now. They get another 2-point lead for them. It was earlier 4, but then 2 frags were just taken back up, and East also keeps going on with that AKM that he has. A nade does not connect. King of Spades. Red Storm gets another frag onto East, so they really are looking strong right now. The nade blast. Naruto with another frag. 3 points is what remains for Team King of Spades to, I say, get a very big upset. 4MV the answer finally. Apex gets a frag to his name. East has spotted down that Storm, and the push comes in as well. East is being pressured in from 2 different directions. He needs help. Naruto will be shut down. 36 for 4MV. Slowly and steadily they are trying to get their lead back. And the nade onto Death Storm will definitely help their case. 37th one found. Naruto's head spotted but not shot upon, and that nade onto East could have done the job, although Apex falls. One more frag is what KOS need. Can they get it with the utility? Can they get it with the throwable? Or do 4MV succeed
Oh, it
in
will
surviving?
happen. No,
That's
it
a big
doesn't.
question.
That one single frag is what King of Spades need, but 4MV is not far behind either. They need just a couple. As
Make it
of
one.
now, okay, it's an equalizer right on to 39. One single frag, and whoever gets it wins this game.
I mean, King of Spades are playing it very passively, and rightfully so, but 4MV want to play it out with aggression. All 4 players grouping up on the right hand side, trying to just get that frag, get the job done. The nade will tag East quite a bit, and East is making sure he does not peek forward. Okay, King of Spades also taking it out very passively. They had 3-4 point lead. They could just have charged in, maybe played for a trade. They did not get that decision right, and now it's a situation where whoever gets the frag wins it out. Everyone's so passive around the map. East throws in some shots around the corner. East tapped up a little bit. There's no nade available, but Deathstorm will get that flag onto East. Deathstorm makes sure that King of Spades win it out, and they are the ones who will be moving forward in TDM bracket.
4MV, such an upset. We were discussing this early on as well, that there's a huge advantage to 4MV on paper, but the game can actually turn around anyways, and that's exactly what happened. King of Spades move forward into round 3, and the last team to be decided will be from the match that happens tomorrow between Mabetex and High Voltage DC. Phew, did not expect that 4MV will not even see another day in this.
Oh, that's an interesting way to finally start the TDM games. Huh? That's an interesting way.
Yup.
King of Spades winning it out. I was not sure about that. I mean, they started off too good, 10-0, but suddenly the comeback was there for 4MV. They made it all 16-15 in their favor. But after that, it was a close call overall. But it is Team King of Spades who come out on top with the 40th. 39-40. This is the 4th game, I think, which has gone to the scoreline. And King of Spades have played 2 of them. So, experience for sure is there with King of Spades, and they're looking like a very good contender to win this entire tournament.
Exactly, TDM definitely looks like something that King of Spades could actually capitalize on. However, the classic games are not going as good for them just yet. Soon enough, though, we will see changes coming in for them as well, because they are definitely looking like one of the teams that are able to deliver
True.
quite often and are still not struggling in, like, trying to make it into top 12, trying to make it into top 16. So nothing taken away from the team. But yeah, 4MB definitely fell down really bad. I mean, on paper, they were
Yes.
looking really, really good.
Yeah, man. On paper, for sure, they were looking real good. But then, as soon as they've been eliminated, it just all throws my calculations off. I thought we might see a 4MV ST battle in the grand finals, but that's not the case. But yeah, once again, let's have a look at which is going to be the next map that will be played. I mean, I know it because I've got that map already loaded up on my secondary screen, but that is going to be the land of DMRs and snipers, the map of Miramar, which will be started out by Group A, by the Group B, by the way. So this is going to be an interesting, I'd say, match overall. Group B not being a part of it. And now let's just jump into action, right? We will be jumping into the action very, very soon. Starting off with the player cam, you'll see. We'll have a look at which of these guys is yawning. Push him, kill him, punish him for that. Or maybe which of the guys is eating. Because I also face this issue sometimes or the other. There's a door side right in front of me, and I have to play the game. Now my focus is there, but I have to win here too. So that sometimes hampers my performance a little bit. So let's see if one of these players has some food in front of him. No, I see them all being concentrated. For Leo Esports, one of the players, I think the fan is playing in front of him. So I do not mind that also happening. But here we go with the map of Miramar. Puerto Paraiso is where the early city I see. So I think it's again a southern plane path overall from Puerto Paraiso going all the way up to Montenegro. So it's a good plane path overall for all the teams who usually like the central or the southern part of the entire map. For the other teams who love Torre Muda Cruzeval water treatment, no bueno. You won't have that much fun that you were expecting it to have.
As of now, it seems like all the way from Puerto Paraiso, the plane path will leave Torre Amuda Campo Militar away, and Mabetex is gonna have some hard time trying to actually relocate themselves onto their drop spot. And then again, if the circle does not favor it, that's gonna be another thing to worry about. In the meanwhile, though, we are seeing teams trying to go ahead and acquire their own spots. We will see 4MB trying to go ahead for the Chumasera region once again, and Stalwart Esports still trying to drop near Pecado. Soon enough, they will glide to their own drop location. But yeah, this is about the situation as of now. We do see bad intentions generally go for a huge split on a map of Miramar. Let's see if this is going to be the same case around this time as well. They are already on to Impala. Will they be moving around a little? Is the question. The huge split that comes in from the side of Mapex is also going to be one that we will look forward for, but I don't think it's going to be possible this time because the drop is very far away. And look at the circle. The circle does not support that either. So I think Mapex will just survive on Los Leones alongside stronger fake love. That could be the move that they go for. But I'm very sorry for King of Spades. They decided to go all the way towards ruins. And look at how far that is. That's not happening. Not at all. But yeah, Hasi and the Dil Petron will still stay under control of Stalwart Esports, and they are going to be able to capitalize on that situation.
All right. So, meanwhile, King of Space, though, look at them. I mean, they just went back towards that city of ruins, and they're looking okay because I think they shouldn't have that early fight. They used to perform good in week number one towards the end of the days, and even in the early week two, they used to perform good on this map. And on the basis of this very weird drop, although it was a really, I'd say, a difficult drop for them because it has already taken a lot of time of their hands. Plus, I think they'll have to move 2,500 meters, around 2,500 meters inside the zone. So it'll be a tough thing to do. But yeah, let's see King of Spades. How do they perform overall?
Exactly. I mean, this team is definitely making me very scared with that drop location, but we'll figure out soon enough. Faisal, as usual, is going to be scouting for the team, and soon enough, as he has the information, the team might, be seen rotating around as well. They generally do like to stick to the western periphery of the map while trying to make their moves, and that's exactly what we will see them do this time as well. La Cabrera is where we are seeing SKYLIGHTZ Gaming go. I mean, I would have changed my mind if I was them because that's really far away. Yeah, you don't want to be that far away from the circle because not only does it hamper the entry, it also makes so that the blue zone gets to capitalize on you. This is looking difficult for the team.
Ah, now Stalwart Esports though. Look at that. Tops, IC, Nerzed, Action, all these players around San Martin, they will have to rotate though very quickly. Plus, they just might also have a battle against the players of team DEADEYES guys who went towards Hacienda del Petron. Now, if that fight happens, I say DEADEYES guys will be in a tough spot considering the skill ceiling in terms of the gunfights and in terms of the team fight that Stalwart has is too high as compared to DEADEYES guys. So we'll love to see that battle happen. Meanwhile, yes, of course, circle is going to be a concern for all of these teams to get inside. And considering the sort of drops that these teams have taken, the northern part of the map will be flooded by multiple different teams. So I think we might see quite a few fights happening in stage 2 and 3 on that part of the map, somewhere north of Los Leones or La Bendita.
Let's see, as of now, it definitely looks like 4MV is going to be in a comfortable spot for themselves. The circle is not very far away. They have the kind of loot that they need, even though the vehicle is not really something I would go for, but okay, I guess. I mean, alright, whatever. In the meanwhile, though, La Cabrera split for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming so far seems to be working out, but they do have to start for an early rotation because if they stay late, they are not going to have much options to walk in with. Stalwart Esports still in a great position. They are going to have easy entry inside the circle, but after them, nobody is. That's the big point of concern here for anyone else that walks in after Stalwart. However, Roy Esports will be having an early fight with JMEX, and we know exactly this spot. We've seen the fight go to the last point in Picardo once before, if you remember it correctly, and at that time, Roy Sports was able to win it off, and the last two teams were containing of JMEX and Roy Sports as well. But JMX just could not sustain. Also, T2K was a part of that one. So T2K this time will be going slightly towards east. Minas the Generals will be where they are, but soon moving towards Los Leones.
All right. Meanwhile, did we see any of the players being eliminated, Hana? I think all 64 still survive, right?
Yep, none got taken down, no first blood drawn, and that just makes it a very thirsty land.
Oh, and the circle has already started to close in. The only player outside the circle right now is going to be Mamba from King of Spades. But I think he also has a vehicle and has the highway right towards the zone. So he will be joining his team very, very soon. But that's the only potential player I think will be in a difficult spot considering he has to move through Leo, has to move through IHC just to regroup with his teammates. So it's not going to be an easy rotation at all in these early stages. But on the other part, look at the center of the zone. It is being crowded by multiple different teams. So the teams who are entering in the zone, they do not want to just stay on the periphery. They want to enter towards the center of Los Leones and maybe take a compound. And finally, I think we do see the first blood between T2K and BITX CMF, where one of these players has definitely fallen down.
It definitely seems so. The first blood seems to be on the verge of being drawn. But yeah, the center of the circle still stays very much towards the edge of the shore. A lot of area still inside water, making it hard for the teams to find themselves enough grounding. BITX, however, with that knock, is losing players, and now T2K seems to be capitalizing on the fight. They do have a couple of knocked on their own as well, but that's gonna be an easy revival that comes in for the team, and BITX will be bidding us goodbye soon enough.
3 frags overall, and the fourth remaining player will probably just play for survival. IAWO has also been spotted down up far above. So, I mean, T2K will have that advantage considering you'll have all these small little windows to shoot through from. And even if you get knocked out, the revival chances are 99%. So, that should not be a problem. Meanwhile, yeah, good reset, good loot also found by T2K because the secondary weapon I do see a shotgun for love. Would love to have a DBS or even S12K at this point, but for now has to just make do with what is it, S586 or something like that.
Let's see. We'll see. As of now, it seems like SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is still trying to move back into the circle. DEADEYES guys is gonna be in the area of junkyard, and that's gonna be one that's super easy to walk in from because no population is seen near Minas or Impala or La Bendita. Stalwart Esports, however, get a knock onto JMEX, and Action will be able to confirm that frag onto frag.
Good job done by Action there. And securing the frags, he will definitely be in a good spot. Now, Galzin on the other hand, Galzin and Orange, both these players are the only representatives, I'd say, left for JMEX. So they'll have to maybe survive, get some position point. Has been the story of entire weeks for JMEX. This literally has been the story of for entire weeks for JMEX. They just have been trying to survive for a very long period of time, at which they usually miserably fail. So this time around, let's see if the result is a little bit different or not. IAW on the other hand, they get the knockout to the player of team Seal Esport. So they are also trying to linger around, get some third party frags, get some early points on the board.
Well, let's see if that's going to be the case because as of now, it seems like stronger fake love is going to be one of the teams that really needs those frag points to actually add up to their table because we've been discussing they're literally on the 16th position and they have to solidify their position onto the board to be able to make it into the grand finals. As of now, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming still outside the blue, and Mafia Ninja being the one solo player very far away from the rest of the team, all the way in San Martin is gonna be struggling. If he gets knocked, I don't think even survival chances will be there for him. In the meanwhile, though, King of Spades trying to move in from north of Chumasera. 4MP already inside the circle. IHC very close in proximity. But the center of the circle is still very
Crowded.
highly populated.
Crowded. I'd say
Yep.
Delhi NCR is what the center of the circle is right now. So they will have to fight it out amongst themselves to find a good spot. Now, Stalwart Esports on the other hand, they still are on the extremities, so for them to get inside is not going to be an easy task at all. Mabetex Zero just making sure he's able to blast down any vehicle so that they just get completely useless and the other teams cannot find the benefit of using it. And he's happy to do so. So who am I to complain about it? Meanwhile, Love has that Scarrel, wanted to get that peak, probably get that knock onto one of the players of Team Seal back again, but won't be able to do so for now.
As of now, T2K trying to pick a few from I8WO, but unsuccessfully so. They won't be able to get any just yet, but they do have the maximum number of frags with no player loss in this particular map and look optimal. But then the crowd that sustains onto the center of Los Leones is going to be super hard to deal with. And I do not think any team from the center is going to be the one that actually makes it out alive because that's just a lot of ruckus that's happening. And look at the shift of the circle, it's going all the way north, but the city of Los Leones still stays in.
Hmm. I mean that is where the majority of the fights are going to happen, and especially this new zone favors Stalwart so very much. I think they have the
Yeah.
higher ground and they will have that vantage point over literally everyone. The other teams who are on the little bit of a southern side, IHC, 4MV, they will also now try to rotate inside the zone, probably towards the northern side. I cannot see 4MV finding a good way inside the zone from the south part of the map. It will just be super difficult to do so. Meanwhile, King of Space, who's a player, Faisal, has been completely taken away of the game by Raw Esport. Yeah, Raw also starting to, get those early frags, get the job done for their team.
That's true. SKYLIGHTZ and Deadeye's, though, they are going to be having a fight to their hands very soon enough under La Bendita, and that's going to be the banner that they fight for. But yeah, in the meanwhile, T2K finding themselves a good enough compound to survive in, and that's going to be a good enough area to hold. IWO will be gate kept from here. Even though the circle still is not completely disfavoring IWO, soon enough it will because I don't think IWO is going to be finding themselves inside the next circle considering the way the shifts are working so far. This edge seems to be risky. In the meanwhile, though, Roy Sports alongside King of Spades and IHC survive on the southwestern part, while Leo is all the way south but not on the edge just yet. They don't want to do the gatekeeping work.
Yeah, Leo for now will just be. uh, I mean, not just Leo. I'd say for all of these teams, they are just trying to hold on to the ground that they have, and probably wait for the next stages to close in. The problem in all of this is the fights will start in stage number 5. Let me tell you that the clear fights will start in stage number 5. But then 10 teams will fight amongst themselves and they will just eliminate. Skylight will take down IHC, Skylight will take down SC, but also be shot upon from 4MV, from Mabetex, from IED. That fight won't make any sense. So right now it would be good for all of these teams if they somehow are able to uh, just bring down the players onto the opponent teams down to as low as possible, but at the same time maintain all their 4 players standing, which is definitely a very very tough job to do. But that's what this sort of a zone asks. And no early teams being eliminated, that means it's going to be ruckus in stage number 4 and 5.
That is true. That is absolutely true. Soon enough, though, we will see the stage close in because it's about time to see the circle shift. Almost about time. In the meanwhile, though, 4MV has been able to secure spots inside the circle. Every single team has been finding their spots in. But now, the way the circle has moved, it seems like I am also planning to go with Stalwart alongside you.
Oh, okay. So you pick. See, if you pick Stalwart, I cannot go with them.
Okay, then you pick
That's what
Stalwart
I
because
say.
you already picked that.
No,
I'll
no, 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 no. I'll go with a different team because I anyways thought that SKYLIGHTZ Gaming will have a better chance at winning this
okay.
one out. So I'll go with SKYLIGHTZ instead of Stalwart Esports. In the center of the zone, it is a boon, it is a bane at the same time too. You will just be shot upon from so many directions. Plus, if the zone does not favor you, you anyways are the hotspot team to be looking out for. So Skylight won't have to deal with all of those battles. Majority of the fights will happen on the southern part of the map, which they won't be a part of. And unless and until they just go head butting into the players of Team DEADEYES, guys, Stalwart, they should just focus on survival. Right?
Well, let's see. In this, meanwhile, it definitely looks like Bad Intentions is finally getting a few frags for themselves. One has been secured, but it's only Knight, no one else. So, a single player, I don't know how far they can take the game. In the meanwhile, though, the
A good
circle
job.
supports SKYLIGHTZ and Stalwart both, but yeah, Bad Intentions will be able to go ahead and confirm another one. And wait, oh no, the shotgun will shoot it out.
Yeah, and 4MV is also coming in with a third party. And they are pushing in, but Soulless is able to get that knock with the shotgun. The player will also get confirmed, and East no more part of the game. Scooby will also fall right in front of Soulless, but little could have been done at that part. Now Soulless will be chased upon. Meanwhile, Sky a 318 which took down 2 players. 4MV will be able to get their very first frag, but at the cost of East being eliminated. But Raw Esports is what I want to see right now. Nate was able to take down multiple players of Team IHC with a knock onto Jiggle because of a third party element is also hampering them a little bit over here.
Exactly. Raw Esports has to be back on their feet as quickly as possible. They're getting closer and closer to Stalwart Esports, and that's a location Stalwart would have their sights set on. IHC, in the meanwhile, already initiating fights and will be able to capitalize on a situation which Raw Esports is trying to build with JMEX. Let's see how this goes. One player already down, the rest still in trouble.
Yep, still in trouble. IHC Demo. I mean, he is just over here for survival now. So that's his main objective. And let's see for how long can he do that. Meanwhile, the circle has already started closed again. Everyone except for Mamba is inside the circle. So hopefully Mamba will also just join in with his team very very soon. And he does. He just exactly does. Oh, never mind. Sussexor was also on the extremities. So has to move inside the zone. But it should not be a problem. All these teams will get inside the zone, wait for the fifth zone to start, and in just stage 4 itself, we've seen 2 teams being eliminated. So, how many do you think Ahana will? How many eliminations will we see from stage 5, from stage 4 to 5?
Hmm. I think we might see at least 10 players get down from stage 4 to 5.
10 players, okay. 48, you
Yes.
think it'll be down to 38, right?
Yes.
I'd say 4 teams go down. 4 entire teams
Okay.
just get wiped off the face of
16.
the
Okay.
Miramar. So not just, I mean, could be even less because there are players who just have like what a duo surviving for, say for example JMEX, they get
Yeah.
eliminated. But no, The circle is with them. The other teams, 4MV, IAWO, all of these teams on the southern part of the map will have to move inside the zone.
That's true. Moving inside the zone is going to be difficult considering the number of teams that are contesting the area. We can literally see 7 to 8 teams actually being in a grave situation in this position. JMEX in the meanwhile trying to take Mabetex down but failing.
Yeah, shots did not land as they wanted it to, but Mabetex will be able to get inside the zone for now. So that's one good thing. All these southern teams are opting out for a quick rotation, so that's a sight to see. I thought that they'll all rotate in late inside the zone, but no, they just ran into the zone at the first chance they got. IAW should not have a problem considering they are moving in from the right hand side, so they will be easily able to get inside the play zone. Orange spotted down. Leo is throwing in some shots, but the connections yet not achieved.
Not having connections is going to be pretty harmful. You do want to make sure that the shots that you shoot are actually landing onto people. Otherwise, the number of teams you're inviting on yourself by making just noise is not going to be fruitful at all. Stalwart Esports, in the meanwhile, though, taking care of raw officials and also of NBeSports. The position on action is so impeccable that it's hard to challenge him. Even if you deal some damage, he's going to have enough position to go ahead and heal himself.
Ooh. Now let's see Stalwart Esports in this fight a little bit too overeager, and Tops will give away his life. He falls down, the revival will be there considering they are literally at a supreme spot. So nobody can touch them right now, even though they can get the knocks, the confirmations is entirely a different story. But the third party that they were trying to attempt won't be able to yield them the result that they wanted it to. Meanwhile, IC also loots the airdrop and finds MG3. Now that's an automatic. That's the supplement of what we had with M249 in terms of 7.62 ammo. So you can just believe how deadly that weapon is going to be. Plus the recoil is even, I'd say around where Groza is. The recoil is in that pattern. So MG3 is a really strong weapon. Let's see if Stalwart is able to make the most out of it or not.
Stalwart will have a lot to struggle with, but the number of teams approaching them from down south is gonna reduce now, considering that these teams will have to battle each other first, and even NBeSports, who's super close by, who they have already initiated a battle with, will have to be super careful. Cannot really aggressively go ahead and actually acquire this fight because King of Spades, JMEX, as well as Raw Esports, everyone has their eyes on that compound.
Stage number 5. Now, this is where the battles will happen. We thought 10 players being eliminated, 4 teams, nobody got eliminated. It's only 3 players who just got eliminated. That is how the small zone is, but has so many different spots where all these teams can hide, where all these teams can play. It's a really good thing for the team, but not good for us because we did not see any content happening. Meanwhile, 4MV spotted down by action, shots being taken, and Tops with a little bit of help from action manages a knock onto the player of 4MV. Doc is still, I think, sitting in the buggy, spotted down, shots, they do land, and 4MV, they're just losing players left and right. It's all down to Baron, who I think wouldn't be able to do much about it as the zone takes a centric shift, where Stalwart still have that advantage.
Stalwart do have the advantage and they are trying to capitalize on it. They have 3 defeat points to themselves and none of their players have been lost. The positioning is also good on the team, but as you said, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming does seem to be in a very good position as well. That's a team that Stalwart has to be very careful of. They are going to be able to go ahead and acquire themselves good spot inside the circle as well, and in the meanwhile also take care of Raw Esports. Beautifully done. Also, they seem to be the fan favorites this time because DRS is not playing this map. Oh, 4MV loses another.
Hey,
Stalwart Esports just capitalizing. Yeah.
It's a little bit of a difficult situation for 4MV. I think they will get that revival onto one of the guys, but then with 2 players surviving, also have to move inside the zone, I believe. T2K right in front of them. It's GG for 4MV. STFL though, they take down Jane. So T2K will be focusing a little bit more on the revivals, I believe. But no, Love tossed out a molly instead, takes down the player of Team 4MV. NBeSports shoot upon the players of Team King of Spades. STFL firing back. Meanwhile, King of Spades will be eliminated out of the game as NBeSports just get in the perfect possible push in this area.
Well, NBeSports do get themselves a few frags. Tops is knocked from the side of Stalwart Esports. That's something that needs to be dealt with quickly and swiftly. In the meanwhile, though, 4MV taking care of
One
T2K,
nade,
one
three
after the
players.
other. Yes, nading three players at the same time. That's why you don't say stay in such crunch positions.
I thought buy one get two free. That particular offer just worked on online shopping site, but here Berend just does the exactly same with just one nade. Invested in one nade and just gets the best possible result. That's a great thing. Although Leo also will bite the dust as they try to push it into the players of Team STFL who are holding a compound and they will not take it in a friendly way. Meanwhile, STFL are also looking to take some space outside the area that they have. JMEX also get eliminated without any points, so they will have what 0 points overall, I think, from the entire game.
Yep, 0 points overall. I mean, they could have literally had 1 point if another team got eliminated before them. It was just one more team that they had to wait for survival against, but they could not. And it's not new for JMEX. I don't think this team will have much, standing trying to walk into top 16. But yeah, as of now, talking of the players that actually survived, there's eight
Another
teams and
zone.
28 players, and the zone again in the favor of Stalwart. What?
I mean, literally 4 players are taking 4 different directions and still are inside the zone somehow. The only problem is Stalwart need to come back together so that they just do not get third party from one different angle. One player falls, and I think that is exactly what has already started to happen. STFL get that knockout to action. I think they will still go in for the revival. But it's not going to be an easy thing. Meanwhile, STFL will have a fight against Mabetex. Again, the shotgun goes boom boom and is able to get the job done. Mabetex, they were defending over here. For what for? Because I see all of the players being eliminated out of the server in the 8th spot.
Map takes with one single point for survival and two for elimination get taken down. Now T2K also on the verge of extinction. XMPL, the only one surviving, and it seems like IW already knows where he is. They will be able to gatekeep the position, and as Stalwart Esports having all four back on does seem like they have grounding inside the game. Look at that, already taken T2K down.
All the 16 is all 4 players surviving. But for how long? Not long because Stalwart has some other plans. STFL, they just lose 2 of their players. I mean, there was a little bit of help from NBeSports, but I think STFL will be biting the dust too. Novo with the last player remaining will also fall down. NBeSports just below Stalwart's ridge. Stalwart also have to make sure that they do not get third party from a different angle, which they do. There is a fall from I8. Good choice from I8WO to get that frag. And now Stalwart seem to be in a little bit of trouble. Although IC's raid will make sure that I8 stay at bay. They won't be able to make it through for now. The zone already started closing in, and look at the area that DEADEYES guys has. It's just supreme.
DEADEYES guys right now do capitalize on the area, do have a plethora of players online, but Stalwart Esports, if the circle supports them one more time, they're gonna be having all the
It's
feast to
GG.
themselves.
Yes.
In the meanwhile though, it seems like NBeSports has no way to come back up, neither does SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, and all of the fruit of that fight is coming towards the favor of Stalwart.
Look at that. Sekujin spotted down, shot upon, gets completely taken down of the game. Now Stalwart again. They will be shot upon by the players of Team I8WO, who this time around want to push in. Now they want to take control of the situation. They've got that knock and now are looking to have that fight. IC gets that counter knock onto Mufis, whereas the revival has also happened. IC gets another pick onto Domain. IC just on fire, man, right now. He takes down all 3. And I8WO, a team which had 4, reduced to just 1 in a matter of seconds. As IC, he just took point.
I see what you did there, I see what you did there. Beautifully done. Beautifully done by IC. This guy has been berserks all over onto I8WO. The only threat to Stalwart Esports has been taken down, and now I8WO don't even want to participate in a fight against them. Woofus tried to distract his attention, go into a fight with NBeSports instead, but then got third party there as well. I8WO started a riot, and
Monstrous
now they
game.
are being completely punished for it.
Monstrous game coming in for Stalwart Esports. Look at the frags that they have, already up to 15, and are looking for some more. A nade from IC could
But it's
really take down Woofus because he's very low, and that is exactly what happens. This guy is ice cold, but his nades are super steamingly hot, because of which I8 are just falling down. The last remaining player just goes down to DEADEYES, guys. They slay a sir, but meanwhile NBeSports, they somehow find themselves up top, and one by one Stalwart fall. Two of the players have fallen down. IC still though is able to get that reflag, retrade, and still survive. The MG3 is definitely spitting fire out. Seku Jin does not have information. Fizzboy, last one, but he gets that counter knock. It's all down to tops, and he also gets taken down by NBeSports. For a very long period of time, it looked like NB will be in a lot of trouble, but Fishboy survives, and he survives and is able to eliminate the whole squad of Team Stalwart Esports. What a play!
Shouldn't have been. So it was very unexpected. But Fizzboy is able to close Stalwart Esports completely down. However, 16 frags to the name. Stalwart definitely isn't gonna be one without a great spot or to the overall leaderboard. I think most probably even the first place, you never know, because fourth position definitely gives you 4 points for that as well. That's 20 in their name. But yeah, going forward, as you expected, SKYLIGHTZ definitely does seem to have a good spot as long as the circle does not support DE,
It's the
because
final
DEADEYES guys
circle.
have the height advantage. Yeah, so DEADEYES guys have the height advantage. They might just be able to take care of this.
Yeah, let's see. 50% chances for either of these teams. Precious Sir tosses a nade. It connects onto Rima. Come on, guys. There should have been a trade for that. Mafia Ninja also falls. One by one, SKYLIGHTZ are just being wrapped up. Mr. Boro, although a good nade from No Fear. He takes down two. And suddenly, SKYLIGHTZ have that advantage. Mr. Boro pushing in gets taken down because Slayer Sir is able to blast the vehicle down. And it's all down to No Fear in a 1v2. Will he be able to clutch this one out? Nades are still being thrown in at him. In a 1v2, needs to isolate these duels. Just fights with fire. He's able to come back up. He's forced down Slayer Sir. He's able to take him down too. No Fear in a 1v1 with Precious Sir. If there was a time to come back online, it's just right now. No Fear. He's able to patch himself back up and does not let the player of Team DEADEYES guys revive. Pushing in forward. Precious Sir, a very important 1v1. He's also getting the frags confirmed. But then Precious Sir, he jumps out on top, peeks out of the corner, and DEADEYES guys are able to confirm that chicken dinner.
Beautifully done by DEADEYES guys, but nothing taken away from No Fear. What a game, what a lad. And then if you're talking about a game, IC did a great job as well. However, the chicken dinner will be served hot and steaming onto the pans of DEADEYES guys, and with 7 eliminations, 17 total points, they find themselves on 12 overall rank.
Make it clap.
A new 1.6 by 1.6 kilometer map is coming to PUBG Mobile version 2.7. In this map, there are several energy zones where you can receive random attribute boosts, such as increased speed and health recovery. At the same time, lots of supplies spawn in the area. Be sure to grab them while you can. After finding all the supplies in an area, you should keep moving to find more supplies. The fastest way to move about is through portals. Go through one to teleport to the other side somewhere else on the map. After exploring an area, it's best to teleport somewhere far. However, it's important to note that there's a cooldown after use, so it can't be used too frequently. If you want to travel across mid-distances, be sure to take note of the updrafts on the map. Get close to an updraft to get lifted into the air. After reaching a certain height, you'll descend back to the ground. During your descent, you can freely adjust your direction to head to your destination. This transportation method is very handy for escaping dangerous situations. Another thing you have to watch out for are the volcanoes on the map. The lava erupting from these volcanoes can cause damage within a certain range. Be sure not to step on the lava, otherwise you'll keep taking damage and lose health. After arriving at a new area, be sure to search for exclusive crates. Approach them to get exclusive themed supplies. Apart from exclusive crates, timed airdrops are also a great way to get supplies, so make sure to keep an eye out for the countdown timer on the minimap. It indicates when an airdrop is about to appear. After the countdown ends, a crate with amazing supplies will rise from the ground. When this happens, there will surely be many enemies vying for the crate, so make sure to lie in wait beforehand and evacuate quickly after grabbing the supplies. If you get injured when going for the supplies, go to the recovery point indicated on the map. You'll be able to heal there. Just run into it to fully restore your health and armor in an instant, just like with teleporting. The recovery point has a cooldown after using it. It can't be used again until the cooldown ends. If the battle gets too intense and you find your teammates eliminated, you can bring them back within a limited time at the towers located on the map. The towers also have cooldown after being used. Each player can only be brought back by a teammate once. Players that have been brought back will directly respawn near the tower that was used without having to jump back to the battleground. Hurry and join your friends in the fight for victory.
Alright guys, welcome back after a short little break. Me and Ahana are back at it again. What a fantastic game of Miramar, man. I mean, Stalwart are looking so very clean. I think they still will be on the top irrespective of whatever position that they finished on, because they had as many points. They had as many points in terms of frags as they were total for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming with the chickens. So, what a job, man. What a job done by Stalwart Esports. Got a little bit carried away in the end. They took too many fights. They got third party in from two very direction. Plus NBeSports, they just come and bite back them in their backsides is a good word, I'd say, because they were the first ones who were taking that early damage from the players of Team Stalwart Esports. But yeah, it's easy job. It's good job done by the players of Team Stalwart Esports. Still will be out on top. What a consistent day from them. They won't be playing this final game, but I don't think so anyone would be able to topple them off from the #1 position that they'll have.
Exactly. I mean, the way this team has played has been completely impeccable. There is no competition that can actually go ahead and topple this, as you mentioned earlier. But yeah, I mean, Stalwart, definitely a great run. I mean, they have more frags than the total points that are for the winning team. So yeah, tops with 5 definitely makes sense. But I thought IC had more frags. I think the damage here puts tops on top.
Stalwart Esports, I mean, they had 15 frags. So basically, every guy could have had 5 frags to their name. And I think IC will be on top in terms of eliminations once we see the overall top players. But oh, never mind, he still is behind tops. So 5 eliminations for IC with 1,000 total damage. Action following up with 4 for himself. So how many frags did they have? I mean, I do not see another player of Team Stalwart.
I'm pretty sure I saw at least 16. I'm not sure if they got the 17th. But yeah, 16 was definitely there.
2 more than for the last remaining player. Who is it? I still do not remember. The player of Stalwart Esports. So it's Nirzed, yeah, Nirzed. So Nirzed is the one who I think will be there in the chart too. But yeah, it's not match summary, Echo Boy. It's actually Stalwart summary, because look at what we have right now. Tops, Nirzed, action. Everyone from Team Stalwart Esports. So they just dominated the entire game, but were not able to just get the most important #1. That will be a little unfortunate.
I mean, they did not get the chicken dinner, but I'm pretty sure they're still on the first position overall. So let's take a look at the match ranking and figure out, because I'm pretty sure they're up there. Yes, they are.
Of course. I mean, they just averaged out that yes, you were able to get that chicken in the map of, I think, what, Erangel, or was it Miramar? One of the games early on. But they only had 5 eliminations. So they just averaged it out with 16 in this game. They're like, yeah, take 6 and put it in that game. We are happy with 10 eliminations from this game. So really, we do not care about that. So great job done by them. DEADEYES guys got 7 eliminations themselves. So it's a good game for them as well. 17 points overall. But the other team, man, 4MV, Raw, Seal, BIT, CMF, they again did not have the best possible result.
Exactly. I was expecting consistency from Raw. I'm not even asking for chicken, but like 10 points each game is all. It's a big ask, but it's not that big an ask. So like, was expecting that to happen. But yeah, the first just did not roll in the favor. However, Raw still has one more match to go. We'll see how it works out. But yeah, very upset on that particular gameplay.
Yep, and that's about it for the map of Miramar. Now we will be heading towards the last and the final game on the map of Erangel. And this Erangel game for sure is going to be an interesting one, because Stalwart will be sitting this one out. Group A, all the teams from Group A will be sitting this particular map out, and the other teams will have that opportunity just grab and maybe close in the distance. And especially for SKYLIGHTZ, because see, even though SKYLIGHTZ are not able to get that chicken for themselves, but overall they've played good. They have been able to get good points on the board. They have been consistent enough today, so they are the only ones who will maybe fight against the players of Team Stalwart. That too, if they're playing. I still do not remember the group because they just got recently refreshed. I don't know
SKYLIGHTZ is not in Group E, like not in Group A. They are gonna be playing this. Yeah.
Okay, then that's perfect. So SKYLIGHTZ will have another opportunity on a very defaulty map. Now 4MV, they will just drop into military base irrespective of the playing path that there is. So there won't be a problem in that particular situation. But it'll be fun to see how the other teams around them, try to take their drop. Because earlier I saw BITX CMF, maybe even JMEX dropping around Gutka, dropping around Query, and having a little sort of a short battle with one of the Stalwart players earlier on. But now Stalwart not being there and Novo Repnoy being empty, Novo Repnoy is the main draw for Stalwart Esports. That is a secondary drop towards Query or Gutka. That is a secondary drop. So if Stalwart is not there and if the plane path goes in from way south, so how do you use that Novo Repnoy area? I've seen STFL take that. So I'm really excited to see if STFL again plays and does the same exact thing. Because STFL will play because they are in the game of 4MV. So STFL would love to take that early Novo Repnoy area for themselves if the zone supports it. Plus, I'd say JMEX, all the other teams, Gutka region teams, Query region teams will be happy. Thank God we'll have to not get into that early battle, get into that early fight because this team is not playing. So all these things will be very, very interesting to check out for. Plus the game for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is for sure an important one. They are competing for that #1 spot overall in today's ranking. So an important game, and I already see the players have already loaded in. So we will be jumping into the game super soon, guys. Again, drop your predictions down in the chat section. Let us know which team you are supporting because mostly it is either DRS or SKYLIGHTZ. But this time I think both of them are playing, so you'll have a hard time judging on which team is going to win this one out. So good luck for you as well.
Yeah, I mean, whenever it is SKYLIGHTZ and DRS, mostly heavier vote line goes to DRS. But the way SKYLIGHTZ has been performing consistently, I feel like the votes are owed to change, and we might see SKYLIGHTZ just ruling on the vote board as well.
Okay.
But soon enough, the game will be up and running, and I think I will also be looking out for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming to actually go ahead and give some great performance. However, I do want to see what Fistboy brings back in because the way he destroyed Stalwart Esports in the last game, I want to see him carry on with the same momentum.
Alright. Destruction is what you want. Destruction is what you'll get in this map of Erangel. Now, I already see it over Repnoy. It's the southern side. As soon as 4MV come back in, it's another favorable playing path. They're just so lucky, man. They just are so lucky. I mean, they will easily be dropping into military base. This is ending somewhere between Gutka and Query. And again, the teams on the northern part of the map will find it a little bit difficult to go through. King of Spades, I don't think so. They'll have fun time going towards those Georgia Pole western side compounds because the plane path is a little bit far away. You will still glide and go there, but it'll just waste your time. Zaki will be a little bit too far, I'd say, to glide. Even Severny as well, a little bit too far to go. So let's see the teams who usually drop there, what are the adjustments made by them.
Exactly. I think T2K is very adamant at going to Severny. Doesn't matter where the circle is, doesn't matter where the plane path is. So they might still be walking towards Severny. Maybe they'll choose Stalwart, but that's just even further. So I would say if those two are your choices, go to Severny nonetheless. But yeah, they did drop slightly early. We'll see where their parachutes are gonna be heading towards. And yeah, this definitely calls for where the circle is. I want to see the circle also be southern this time because I am tired of seeing the teams go all the way opposite of the plane path and then still have some shelter. Oh no. Okay. I guess this is how it will be. The circle is going to be slightly centralized, and this western region of Georgia Pole will still be in, which means King of Spades will be able to make it back. But yeah, Ruins, Rozok, School, definitely hot spots for now.
I mean, I am so very thankful for the PUBG gods for a central circle. I've been asking this for a very long period of time, and I think this is the second time in all these games that we see a centric zone. Otherwise, this was going haywire. Sometimes even way south, sometimes way north. Have also seen super eastern and super western zones. Except for a central zone, we've seen literally everything. But this time around, a central zone, thank God for that. Thank PUBG Mobile gods for that. But yeah, the drops have already been taken down. I do see a little bit of competition near the players of Team SUDC, but I think the nice guys, they are just going in for their usual Rosa or maybe even school rotation. Meanwhile, SKYLIGHTZ will find themselves in a battle with the players of Team IAWO this early on.
SKYLIGHTZ definitely is gonna be initiating a very early battle against IWO. Viper is trying to wipe them clean, but they are not gonna take a single damage point and just evade. This is not gonna be fruitful for IWO, but I guess okay, whatever you wanna do. Last game of the day. Go haywire if you want to, I'm not gonna blame.
Ah, yeah, well, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming right now. No Fear, Mafia Ninja, Nima, Mr. Boro, all these players just have a vehicle using which they are trying to get towards their usual drop location, I believe. The other teams have already reached there, but meanwhile, ASL's Chari, I think, has already spotted down Octopus and is waiting for the I8 guy to come out and maybe give away his free frag, and that's what will happen. All out in the open. Whiffing a lot of his shots, Chari. Now, Octopus will have that opportunity, but thank God Joker is there. Otherwise, it could have made a montage. Funny moments. This could have been one if Chari got counter knocked out. And he's also laughing about it. Hopefully, you're able to just forget it and maybe just reset back up. But hey, good job done by them to just lure out this I8 player and completely take him down.
A frag point definitely added to the arsenal for ASL, but the way the games have gone today, they definitely need a lot of work. Again, they had the opportunity to win and they did not. So let's see when ASL will finally learn to chew on that chicken dinner, or if they have taken the oath of veganism overall. I mean, they literally run away from chicken dinners as if eating non-veg is something not that's not allowed for them. Anyways, the circle being centralized favors quite a lot of teams. Actually, every team, nothing is way far out of reach, but still a lot of teams had to drop to their alternative locations because of the plane path. Now I gotta see how they adjust accordingly, because once you go to your secondary drop, it's not as comfortable as your primary drop. The rotations have to change, and according to the rotations, finding out how the teams are gonna be, where the teams are gonna be, also slightly alters.
All right, let's see though this time around. I mean, we have a T2K who are still rotating in, but the loot is something that I'm concerned about because look at this T2K. They do not have a vest on Love, and the weapons he has is a mini 14 and that M16A4. So not the best possible loot for them. They finally reached their I think looting spot that will be the city of Severny, and nobody is present over here, so they will have good time looting and probably just getting the best possible loot overall. So T2K also isolated from any sort of upcoming battle, so they will have that chance to really kit themselves up and be a little free as when it comes to the loot in the next coming zone. So all good for them. All these teams, all these players have found safe haven, and except for that very first early fight that IAWO had against ASL, we do not see any other battles happening around the map unless 4MB bump into ASL.
True. True, 4MV in ASL, that's gonna be a fight that ASL would definitely want to avoid. But so far, they seem to be trying to go closer and closer towards the bridge. I don't suggest that gutsy of a move for a team like ASL, but okay, worth a try. All right, they deviate, finally deviate. Cool. Bad intentions currently still outside the circle, but soon enough they will find their way back in. However, if they go as north as Knight is taking the team, then King of Spades and IHC will say welcome.
Hmm. Well, that's true. Now, King of Spades, IHC, all these teams I would love to see how do they fight if it comes to that, because I think main island is where you'd like to rotate. That is where the main zone is going to shift around. So King of Spades, they usually use that Georgia Paul bridge, and we've seen a lot of times them losing a player against IHC or them taking away a player of IHC that early on. So if all of these things happen, I mean, I think King of Spades would be really happy about that fight if it happens with the players of IHC.
It's definitely looking like one of those positions where IHC would want to change things around for themselves. They did have a great start to the day, but they haven't been able to carry forward the same momentum forward. So it's definitely something they need to work on. But in the meanwhile, I am seeing a lot from T2K. Like, this team is completely in a safe zone as of now. They have found their safe haven all the way in Sivani. They still navigated there. They're still inside the circle. No fights whatsoever. Same can be said for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming at Yasnaya. I mean, these two teams are very comfortable right now. Disturbingly so.
All right. The I do see a little bit of a cluster forming around the center of the zone that is somewhere around Pochinki. So we might see some battles happening around there. But then Rozok is also in close proximity. So Deadeye's guys, if they really want and climb that hill, they could maybe, just maybe, go in for a third party frag from long away. Maybe with a mini 14, maybe with an SKS. Who knows? Deadeye's guys could have it all. But yeah, for now, all these teams are waiting for the circle. STFL once again went towards Novo Repnoy. In the absence of Stalwart Esports, they are able to make the most out of the situation. So they will also have some good loot, although the rotation still concerns me a little bit because they are moving through the Novo Repnoy bridge. And as soon as they try to enter inside the zone, they will, or they might have a fight against the players of Team IAWO or DE Venom, depending on the path of their rotation. So they'll have to be ready for that too. Meanwhile, the circle, look at the shift, goes all the way towards the western part, and now suddenly HUDC find themselves in the prime position.
They do. They have height advantage, and they are also taking Fishboy down. The one trouble that was caused to Stalwart the last time, the one single man that took the whole team down south with him, is Fishboy, and he has been dealt with a lot of pain right now by HVDC. Chari, in the meanwhile, finds one on desert, making Mabetex run paralyzed.
Uh, ASL Assassin, though, on the other hand, has been able to get a few frags out of the players of Team Mabetex. Another good start for Team ASL. They have reduced Mabetex to just 2. They already got that early fight against the players of Team IAWO, which Joker was able to help his teammate out in. And now Mabetex, the next ones to fall. This fight will definitely give confidence to the players of Team ASL.
Sure will, and ASL will be running with that confidence for long and strong. But we do gotta find out how it goes forward, because still finding the right closing is something that ASL has been struggling with. Giro, however, will be snaking around, finally finds a opening to leave alongside Leo, and that's gonna be 2 players from the side of Mabetex that survive, but ASL is very adamant onto this fight.
Now, look at this. Mabetex, Leo, P, Giro, all these players, both these players, I'm sorry, are in isolated positions. And ASL, one good thing about them, their fundamentals are clear. So they've used the smokes to make sure that they can even reset in terms of the loot that they need. So that's a really good thing that shows that ASL have their bases completely cleared off. And I've already spotted Leo in the process. The molly, if it is perfectly positioned, Leo will have to move away from there. But it is not. Although Giro from a different angle is able to take down Joker. Now Assassin will be able to take down his teammate, that is Leo, is on the ground, and ASL, they will just flank the last remaining player, get that frag, and even get the revival onto Joker without any problem. Mabetex, first one to fall. ASL surprisingly are the ones to take them down.
ASL taking down Mabetex, good confidence, good numbers as well. Doing good as of now, but so far they are still lagging behind when it comes to closing the game. I am being repetitive, but so have been they. However, in the meanwhile though, DE Venom finds a few onto the players of Stronger FAKELOVE, making it harder for Stronger FAKELOVE to actually sustain their overall 16th position. They are being challenged.
Alright. Let's see if they accept it or not. Meanwhile, the stage 2 circle is also closing in, and it will give us a clear idea where this next zone is going, and it is going back to the city of Pochinki, or maybe around Potato Hills. And prime positioning for the players of Team 4MB. Prime positioning. Because it's not at all easy to capture Potato Hill once you already have a team around there. So this will be a really difficult situation for all the other teams around. Meanwhile, DE Venom, they are pushing on to the players of Team STFL. They've got one of the players down with the throwable and are looking to confirm that frag too. Rahil Khan with the DBS that he has. Let's see if he's able to take down Dobu in the process or not. The molly just got thrown in by Dobu to make sure that the push does not happen. But in the meanwhile has also eliminated a player of his own. Push comes in. Riley around the corner. But it's Rambo who does the job, who finishes the job, and DE Venom will be able to get some more points on the board.
The points for the Venom do look fancy. 4 defeats, no losses at all whatsoever. Rambo also in good enough HP. So can be said for Riley, and yeah, that's good enough. Good enough for the side of the Venom. In the meanwhile, though, T2Ks get targeted on their safe haven, trying to move in through ruins, eliminated by player, all the way by SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. This is a fight they should actually avoid.
Okay. Now, if we talk about our predictions, Ahana, though, who do you think is going to get that chicken? I'd go, let's see, 4MV.
I would actually want to go Raw Esports this time again because I was thinking SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, but they're gonna have trouble trying to walk back in with number of teams that are there. It seems like Raw Esports will have an easier entry.
All right, all right. So let's see if either of our predictions are correct or not. Meanwhile, SKYLIGHTZ, they are taking down the players of Team T2K one by one. But as you correctly pointed out, IHC and BITX CMF will also be some teams that you'll have to look out for, that you'll have to watch out for. So it's definitely not going to be easy at all for the other teams around. Now, Rules has been able to take down one player of Team IAW. That's another frag to their name. No Fear is trying to spam through the smoke, and XMPL finally falls. T2K though, before that, have been able to take down 2 of the knocks. Love has been taken care of, but what about the remaining 2 players? Yeah, they're not surviving. Mafia Ninja also has been taken care of by IHC Alex. So SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, all these fights not going their way. And it's only No Fear who survives, is the MVP, so you'll have some more expectations from the guy. I'm not sure how far can he get his team.
I mean, if you have all 4 alive, even if you're the one doing the heavy lifting, you at least have support coming in every back and forth, every nook and corner, someone to watch out for you. But solo fighting in this particular map towards the end becomes really, really hard. Also, to be able to squeeze that many frags, you need someone who will be able to revive you if you do get knocked at some point. But being the solo survivor, No Fear might not have as good a run as people were expecting from SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. They are going to have a harder time. However, DRS, if they do make it into the circle, will have a very easy and vacant spot to live into. But the poaching key compounds are something that Raw Esports can actually capitalize on. And as of now, HVDC is already enjoying that particular area.
Well, Rule has already spotted the players of Team IAWO spraying upon, and finally the vehicle blast. So there was a little bit of help from Gyante too. He is the one who has been able to blast off that particular vehicle, and the frags have been secured. Now they also see the players of Team 4MB trying to rotate, but I don't think so. They will just charge upon that hill because DRS already 2 of the players, Delta and Killer YT, have good spot inside the zone. ASL is also going from a different direction, so 4MV basically will have to just have a look in front of them and be completely worry free, because 2-2 split is what they have. Even if one of the players gets knocked out, you will have that revival coming in without any problem. But majority of these fights, majority of these battles will happen on the northern part of the map. HVDC, Raw Esports, all these teams will have to fight to maybe get inside the zone, or if they decide to go through poaching key, that is when they will avoid all those battles happening, because they can just take compounds and survive for now.
As of now, it does seem like poaching key is gonna be the area to aim for, and those compounds are definitely very fancy and attractive. But Raw Esports, they were supposed to walk down in very straight south, but they have decided to go towards the west. Do realize that there are players, take a few frags, but then they are gonna have to walk out of here as quickly as possible. And IHC will capitalize onto these numbers of BITX. Okay, Bad Intentions CMF will be taken down, and IHC will have more points to themselves.
HVDC all out in the open are also getting shot at, and now the push comes in from behind. I think Raw Esport, they want to have this battle. They want to challenge the players of Team HVDC, but the problem for Raw is they're not inside the zone. Now Praveen, he's not suspecting this nade. It blasts down, but does not take him down completely. On the edge of the zone, but Malik yet has to come. He yet has to arrive towards the zone. Now Sanchir in the meanwhile is tossing a few nades of his own. If he gets one, HVDC will just pounce on the players of Team Raw Esports. But look at that, what the players of Team Raw are doing. Those are far too tossed nades. They won't deal damage at all to Sanchir. But the counter nade, let's see if they do damage or not.
Well, no damage for any of the nades. Finally, one lands onto Sancheer, does half the HP taken down, but it's still not enough for the frag. With that damage, I feel like Sky from Raw will be able to go ahead and start his scouting, but as of now, he's just rotating around in a ringer roses, and they are still finding it hard to go forward. In the meanwhile, 4M we lose one, the another
Oh
is
my god.
knocked. They are gonna have to go ahead and revive, and in the meanwhile, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming gets taken down completely.
I thought for a second Rogue will be allowed to leave, but he does not. Raw Esports, they're able to get that knock onto Rogue. And now suddenly HVDC, they are panicking because they know the revival is important, but at the same time, Raw are slowly and steadily charging in. Malik Snake could do the job. A little bit pair with Sky, but the knocks are not there. The Molly, I think, did connect onto Arrow, and he is forced to stop that revival onto Rogue, falls down, and does he get that revival? He barely touches Rogue. So the revive will be there, but on the other hand, we have ASL also third partying the players of 4MV and Doc out of the game.
As of now, the problem with Raw is they are using way too many throwables, which is fine, but that's gonna hinder them once they go inside the next circle. However, the players of HVDC get very less affected by those throwables, and as of now, survive with all four. The resurrection happened, and after that revival, it was possible for the players of HVDC to reset themselves as well. However, a fight they know they shouldn't be participating in will call it off and withdraw, making it easier for Raw officials to actually go ahead and acquire the compound. Circle is still going to be of priority, and making sure that the Pochinki region is under control. Raw actually find themselves in a very good position.
Yeah, I mean, although this is a zone favored for HVDC because that's their drop location, Pochinki. But because they already rotated from there, now are fighting it out against each other. Beren also gets taken down by 4MV, but the counter knock is there from East. So the revival will still be very much possible. And ASL are finding these fights left and right. But do they find the player of team IHC? Godless spots the player down, tries to take him down, but HVDC Arrow comes in with a third party. Krita is tossing a few nades onto DEADEYES guys, and one of them connects. Slayer down. Gyante takes down Sus. And even DEADEYES guys are going out of the game.
DEADEYES guys getting eliminated will be a good point for the rest of the teams, because then the real estate is shared by lesser. Now IHC is on the verge of extinction. 4MV is already in the crosshairs of multiple teams. This does not look very optimal, but before leaving, 4MV might be able to destroy the game for DRS, making it a very NBeSport and Roy official esport, favored match altogether.
Yeah, well, 4MV is still fighting it out. They have been able to get one of the knocks onto Killer, and now Gyante is pushing in with the DBS. Gyante is also getting third party, so he needs to be careful, but the DBS around the corner will get the job done. But NBeSports from far away are able to take down the last remaining player of DRS. The revival will come in, but 4MV are yet not inside the zone, and they need to come down a rage which is now being watched by multiple different teams. So I think that the game for 4MV is also done for. They are not moving any forward in the game, considering a lot of teams have all their 4 players surviving. So that is a really good thing for the other teams around. Now, Deathstorm spots down Sancheer. Does he get that revival though, HUDC Sancheer? Because I think he was far away from his team. I think Ryuk is going in with a vehicle, trying to save his teammate down and get that revival. But yes, ASL, sleepy right now, throwing in a few shots. What? Did he get that knock in that spray which you were witnessing?
He did, and that was completely unexpected. But I mean, that's how the game rolls, buddy. I mean, you cannot really disregard that. But in the meanwhile, Sleepy tries to knock another one, and now the Molly is gonna be good enough. It seems like ASL will be able to go ahead with the revival and also with the eliminations. 4MV though in a lot of trouble.
Rambo needs the players of Team 4MV out. Let's see if they get the confirmation or not. Inside the smoke, the revival is being attempted, whereas Krita he's trying to road rage the players. But 4MV survives somehow, and the revival will also be facilitated. So 4MV will be a part of the game for a little bit more longer. Krita now gets another run over this time around. He will be perfectly able to run over East in the process. And now it's all down to Beren. As a DVS, East is trying to fall back, but not for long, because Riley just comes out of the vehicle, gets the frag, gets the job done. Beren though has been able to get that counter knock. The first hit pops in time. Krita, another round number 2, and this time as well, he will run over the guy. They will lose a player, I think, but at least they have been able to eliminate the entire squad of 4 MB.
Venom DE with 10 frags to the name and only one loss, looking really good and strong. Raw officials also lost a player in the meanwhile, but they are still 3-man standing, however, no frags to the name, and ASL will drop down as well. HVDC about to lose one. Now the 4-player standing team's number keeps on decreasing. King of Spades and NBeSports, the only ones who already have all 4 online. HVDC soon to lose one, and that's gonna be the story of this time. However, Venom DE, the number of frags this team has is completely amazing, but the momentum required more players to survive, and it seems like that's going to be a hard call.
That's definitely going to be a hard one. But for now, though, Domi is poking around himself, trying to make the most out of the situation. For now, though, HEDC Ryuk gets a knockout, gets that final finisher onto Rambo. That's another frag achieved. He's still looking for more, though. Let's see if HUDC gets some more frags to their name. ASL on the other hand, Assassin. He spotted, I believe. Sleepy though. Also spotted, but the shots from such a long distance, I think that will be a big problem.
It sure will be, but in the meanwhile, Raw officials trying to get more and more frags onto HVDC completely eliminated one more player, shutting down the team to only 2, and now Raw officials might still stand a chance in the overall game. They are running short on numbers, but it seems like soon enough King of Spades and NBeSports also might lose one. NBeSports already on the process of that.
Sky still around the corner. I'm not sure what is he trying to do, because he's exposed from so many different angles, but still trying to take some shots. Wants to just make sure that he's able to apply continuous pressure onto his opponents. Now the other way around, I do see Rogue also trying to tap out the players of Team D Venom one by one, but has not been able to get any more frags. Spots another player in the grass, but the shots are again not being thrown in. Rogue has a smoke in his hands. Will toss it out under the buggy, I believe, and will try to survive in this position.
It definitely seems like HVDC is taking care of the Venom, but the Ridge is providing all the support that the Venom needs to survive, and survival is all that they are aiming for right now. With the number of frags they have, they do not really want much other than just being able to stay alive as long as possible. King of Spades, though, trying to walk back inside the circle, still very far away from the rest of the teams, but in a very safe area as well. And if Venom D gets taken out before they enter the circle, it's gonna be an easy swap for King of Spades, but the number of frags they have is really low.
Oh, D Venom Tommy, he tried his level best, but now will be taken down. So IHC will still survive. Now bear in mind, this was a team who was being pressured in from 3 different angles at one point of time, and now have been able to take down the entire squad and still survive. Mondo on the other hand has been able to toss a nade and take down Jiggle from Raw. Follow-up nades are being thrown in, but I believe it will be too difficult for NBeSports to find that frag. But the good thing is NB are inside the zone, and Raw Esports are not. So for Raw, it will be a difficult rotation. It will be a tough rotation considering all 4 players of Team NB survive. King of Spades as well, man. They just took one single compound and all of them are inside the zone. So they are looking really strong in that position as well.
That's true, but the frags they have are not really combining with the number of frags that a team would be expected to have at this particular point of time. But yeah, they do have a great position on their hands. That's something that I'm not gonna argue with. IHC, however, tried to march in onto King of Spades for a fight that was not invited.
Wow. An attempt is what we can say. There was an attempt made, but that won't help them a lot overall. An easy frags achieved. Meanwhile, Mondo once again taking down Jiggle in the process. Sekujin spotted down, but ExoX is not able to land those shots. The good thing is, the next zone, even if it does not form onto the players of King of Spades, they still will have that higher ground and can stay outside the zone for a little bit and try to take some frags from the higher ground that they have. That will just be a big advantage. Malik also from Raw falls down. HVDC, they are trying to take some space inside the zone from the right hand side. They did use one. They did try to use their vehicle, but that won't help them a lot as one of the players he just falls out. NBeSports meanwhile have been able to eliminate the entire squad of Team Raw Esports. XOXOX spotted down, needs to reset before being taken down, and Deathstorm would have been caught doing a stupid thing but still survives.
3 teams at the top as of now. 2 with all fours, 1 with only 2. HVDC not even having the circle. Right now, it definitely seems like King of Spades and NBeSports are going to be the ones who actually get to participate into this one. And considering the kind of positions they have, King of Spades seem to have a better chance. Wow, okay. Okay. We'll see how this turns out.
King of Spades. Alright, Faisal, XOXOX, Deathstorm, Mamba, all these players are still very much surviving, but are they they're inside the zone, right?
Yep.
So that higher ground will really give them advantage because you can snake all you want, but you will be spotted. You will be spotted as soon as you try leaving your respective compounds. One side you have HVDC who are trying to make a run for it. Rogue, as soon as he steps out in the open, he will be taken down. Ryuk, random shot through the smoke just connects onto Ryuk. Fizzboy will find himself lucky, and the rest of the job can be done by the players of Team King of Spades. So they know that it's a 2v4v4, and with the elimination onto HVDC Ryuk, I think the job is even more easier for the remaining players. Rogue just counting his stars, counting his lucky number, hoping that one more bullet does not connect onto him so that he can survive for a little bit longer.
Rogue does survive a little bit longer, but it's still an invitation for King of Spades and NBeSports to actually go head to head. Finding the last frag onto HVDC, King of Spades will be one of the top 2 teams surviving in this particular situation. 6 defeats to the name. They do hold the ground. That's gonna be more beneficial in this fight, but will they be able to close this game? Their momentum has been very out of tune, but this might be the chance that they get to actually seal the victory off.
Mondo through the smoke is trying to run through into the zone, and this is stage number 9. So essentially, this is a final fight between these 2 teams. Sekujin has been really quickly able to get inside the zone. Plus, look at the smoke walls being created by all of these players. They are blocking each other's vision, but this won't work in the favor of either of them. Now, it all comes down to, I'd say, luck. Whoever lands the first correct nade will be able to get the chicken, I believe. The vehicles will also play a very important role. Faisal spotted down, shot upon. But Deathstorm is the one to find the opening onto Mondo. That's the first frag found and be down a number. Can they equalize? Can they find another frag? Deathstorm stands up, gets another knock. Sekujin out of the game. That's the invitation that King of Spades were looking for. Another frag. Another opportunity given. But the nade from Fizzboy will land onto XOXOX, and for a second, just let the players of Team NBeSports breathe a little. Or not again. Fizzboy throws another nade. And Deathstorm is down. Now this is the moment where you'll be in a lot of trouble. Faisal also naded. Also tagged down quite a bit. Can NB steal the game? There is that weapon in the hands of Akaz who's trying to get some flash, but he himself gets spotted down. Mamba, the snake, does the job. The last final player remaining, it is going to be Fizzboy. His position, roughly known. Nades, tossed his way. Damage, being dealt. But the guy still survives.
That he does. It's come down to the wire. We have 4 people surviving. It's a 1v3. We've seen Fizzboy do this before, but this does not seem like the same exact position. The nades are coming in. He'll get taken down, and NBeSports will lose to King of Spades. Beautiful victory for this team, and I guess about 10, at least 10 frags is what they have, and that's a good enough chicken.
Good job, man. Good job, King of Spades. I mean, for a second, I thought that they were in a little bit of a tough situation, but that's not the case. They make the most out of the situation that they were in. They got those frags. They held that compound like literally anything, and essentially are able to get that winner chicken dinner. Great job, man.
Absolutely, and the way this game has gone, it definitely makes it feel like, the game could have gone anyways, but it definitely went in favor of King of Spades overall. NBeSports could not really get themselves the chicken that they were really, really aiming for this time, but a great game nonetheless.
Hey, well, was not able to throw in another correct prediction, so hopefully I'll get a correct one today and you'll be able to see the other glasses. But yeah, it was a fun game. Now we'll be moving on to some statistics as well. We'll talk about the MVP and stuff. But it was a fabulous game for the players of Team King of Spades. the way that they played it out, super passive. But after that, as soon as they saw that they had that complete advantage, they knew that their backs were completely clear. That's when they started firing bullets, and that's when they started firing those shots and get those frags.
Absolutely. 3 frags for the MVP. That is gonna be Sleepy with 1088
Wow.
damage. That's a lot of damage.
Big number. Big number achieved by Sleepy in this game. And I mean, it's a good job from Sleepy, but then having so much damage but not being able to convert it into the frags, that is something you will, be a little bit worried about. If you have that amount of damage, you should be able to convert it into frags. But in the list of top players, we only have the players of Team Venom D who made significant impact. 8 frags between Domi and Krita, whereas we have representation from NBeSports and King of Spades as well.
Exactly, we saw 12 frags in total coming in from the side of Venom DE, and considering that these two have 4 each, I think it's 4 for every single player on Venom DE, and we do not see more than that coming into anyone. But yeah, taking a look at these players definitely makes me feel like this was a game that should have really gone towards Venom DE, but well, sad for them, it did not.
Good attempt from Venom D, yes, but yeah, as you said it out, it was not the way that they were able to not get the frags, get that chicken dinner and overall points. But it's okay. You always learn something new. But yeah, let's have a look at how many points were the players of Venom D able to get, because that's another
14.
thing. 8 points at least they have in terms of frags. 12
They have 12.
overall.
Yep.
With just 2 placement points. A little bit
Yeah.
unfortunate, I'd say.
Exactly, they got a total of 14. They still managed the second position overall, but King of Spades with 10 eliminations got themselves 20. In the end, in the fight against NBeSports, if any frags were taken down by the third team, that would have been something that could have helped a little, because HVDC not being able to pick off any players from the side of NBeSports made it easier for King of Spades to go for 10, because they had literally 6 before that final fight. But yeah, beautifully done by King of Spades. Unexpected results, because they do get chickens but never with double-digit eliminations, so that's great. But yeah, very disappointing performance from the side of 4MV. Raw Esports still not falling straight. Bad intentions not as good as they started off. T2K with 1 single point, and this definitely seems like there's a swap on the second page between Stronger Fake Love and IHC find themselves in top 8. Wait, okay, no, this is weekly, all good.
Yeah, just for today. This is just
Yeah.
for today. So 4 matches. The difference between ST and SG is just 1.
Yep.
1 point difference that separates the two teams. So I was talking about this, that SKYLIGHTZ will have an important game. They were not able to make the most out of it. DRS as well in the chart. Surprised to see that. 40 points to their name. Good job. 4MV though, look at where they've dropped. They've dropped quite a bit. 4 games and only 23 points. But something that does not change are the bottom teams. JMEX, Mabetex still there.
Yep. JMES Mabetex still there, but we did see a lot of heavy lifting being done from the side of IHC. Bad Intentions still only in 16th position, not very good, but still better than what they were doing before. JMEX literally 4 games and 1 single point. I mean, I don't know what to say about this team anymore.
But yeah, let's have a look at the league overall as well, because this is really the points table that matters. And SKYLIGHTZ, they've jumped up a position. Now I can safely say they are the ones who've got most chicken dinners in the entire lobby, making the number 6. And in 46 games, they've got 361 points. That's a good number. They still are a little bit far away from Stalwart, 23 points away. Hopefully they'll be able to make it in the next few days. But yeah, DRS 249, King of Spades 244. Top 16 seems like everyone have mostly crossed that 200 mark. But still, that fight for the 16th spot between STFL, ASL and IHC, that is still ongoing.
Exactly. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is going to be toppled soon enough. ASL is doing a good job in number of eliminations. They have been able to go ahead and acquire eliminations for themselves. Same can be said for IHC. These two teams definitely delivered what we asked of them in this particular day. And if they continue that for the week, they are going to be contending out Stronger Fake Love for sure. I'm not as sure about Beyond Eliminate, because they are doing great by themselves as well. Even without any chickens, they do have 224 points on their hands, and that's good enough. But yeah, Bad Intentions, great start for the day. could not carry it forward. But JMEX with one single point in the whole day, I'm not happy at all.
Yeah, and let's have a look at the elimination leaders as well.
Wow.
It is still being dominated by No Fear. Earlier, the lead was of 6-7 points, but this time around, it's a clear 12-point lead from Apex. So the good thing is, you also have a little competition from the players of Team Stalwart Esports, Toss with 69, IC with 66. But the other two players are from 4MV, 71 and 70, respectively. But man, No Fear, this guy is made of something else. He is just made of something else. He just has been going through and through, getting frags after frags, and almost proved my 5th prediction correct. Fell short in that last 1v1, but I'll give him that, man. He did his job. He did it perfectly well.
He did, he sure did. And I mean, I do feel like SKYLIGHTZ Gaming did at one point also made my prediction come true against yours, but then it was all because of No Fear not being there and Mr. Boro extending. Otherwise, that could have actually been me going to 6 and you still staying on to 3. But it's okay. 4-5, we're close. The closer we are, the more interesting the battle gets.
Yep.
So yeah, soon enough we'll find out if you're able to take me over. But yeah, this has been a good run. And I mean, again, there's not enough praise that you can put on for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. They've been doing great. And if you talk about Stalwart Esports, IC has been rock solid cold today. And I mean, I cannot really, put more emphasis on the fact, but he's been great.
All right. It was definitely a fun day. Week number 3. We saw a lot of teams improving. We saw a team which was playing fairly good, not play exactly as how we like them to. I mean, first of all, I'm talking about Raw Esports, because obviously your prediction trash. Prediction, not the team. But then 4MV too, man. I mean, 4MV as well as a team has not been able to show up. It has been way too long. I mean, it was just one of those days where 4MV was able to perform the final week of the day, where I think they got 17 frag chicken dinner. That was the highest that they were able to get in that map of Erangel. Except for that and week number 1, nope, no consistency found in the players of Team 4MV, and they really need to get back up. A lot of our talents have also predicted that team to take the entire week in their favor. But I believe SKYLIGHTZ and Stalwart, that's the rivalry, or that's the battle we have to look forward to.
I completely agree on that. I mean, the way Raw Esports has performed today, they definitely make me regret my choice onto the overall, weekly prediction. And I'm not even going to stick to it, to be very honest. I mean, no, the first week went well enough. The second week was supposed to be slightly closer. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I mean, I really don't feel as happy about, the performance of Raw Esports. But yes, Stalwart definitely did great. However, my thoughts were in the direction of Raw and SKYLIGHTZ, and I went for Raw as it was slightly lower on the prediction, but I was like, you know what, let's just give a shot to this one. But then yeah, SKYLIGHTZ is definitely doing a great job. I mean, I feel like I should have gone with that, but okay, whatever happens.
It's okay, Anna. But hopefully day number 2 is better for Raw Esports, and we might see a close day tomorrow. But yes, guys, that was it for today. I hope so you guys did enjoy. If you did, here are our socials. Any sort of feedback is appreciated on these, and we will be bidding adieu today. So see you guys tomorrow at the same time. Stay tuned till then. Take care. Bye bye. Good night.
Make it clap.
PUBG Mobile version 2.7 will be available soon. Let's take a look at all the new content. The long-awaited Dragon Ball Super collaboration is officially here. We'll be bringing you 2 new game modes for this collaboration: Dragon Ball Super themed mode and Battle Royale Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super themed mode will be available in Erangel, Livik, and Sanhok. In this mode, we've incorporated Dragon Ball elements into the classic Battle Royale gameplay. All players will embark on a journey to find the Dragon Balls to summon Shenron. Collect the Dragon Balls scattered throughout the map. The team that gathers all 7 will be able to summon Shenron at the Shenron altar and make a wish to obtain powerful buffs. Maybe if you're super lucky, you'll get 3 wishes at once. During the journey of collecting the Dragon Balls, players will obtain a type of energy called Ki during the game. Players can use Ki to unleash famous Dragon Ball moves. Players can obtain the Kamehameha by picking it up. It equips to the pistol slot. After charging, it will release a continuous high-damage beam. Fukujutsu is another skill that can be picked up during a match. Players can use this skill to fly freely in the air and make quick tactical maneuvers. The Senzu Bean is a new recovery item that is incredibly effective. The Dragon Radar can display the location of Dragon Balls that haven't already been claimed by other players. It can help you collect the Dragon Balls more quickly. The Air Car can carry up to 3 players. It's easy to put away and has better performance than regular vehicles. Tenkaichi Budokai, Kame House, Korin Tower, Dragon Ball Village. These are some famous landmarks that will appear in the game. Call your friends and explore with them now. The collaboration this time even has a hidden challenge, named Dragon Ball Trial. Win consecutively in the themed mode for a chance to take on the challenge. After accepting the missions, the team has to follow the instructions and gather 7 Dragon Balls. During the process, your team's location will be exposed to other players. All players will be drawn into battle for the Dragon Balls. To win the game, the trial team must successfully secure the Dragon Balls, defend the altar, and then summon Shenron. Are you ready for the challenge? In this standalone mode, named Battle Royale Dragon Ball Super, players can roleplay as iconic Dragon Ball characters, use powerful, unique moves in a brand new anime-style map, and become the ultimate victor. There are 5 Dragon Ball characters in this mode. They are Son Goku, Vegeta, Ultimate Gohan, Piccolo, and Frieza. Select your favorite fighter. Master their skills to suppress your enemies and achieve victory in intense battles. In the new version, the new Ace 32 firearm will be made available on all maps. It uses 7.62mm ammo and has 6 attachment slots. What are you waiting for? Go try it out now. Furthermore, this update also includes a firearm attribute tag display. Newer players can go to their backpack to look at the tags of a firearm they've picked up to quickly grasp its characteristics. The new Cycle 5 Season 13 begins on July 18th. Be sure to stay tuned for the new season rewards. That's a wrap for the main new content of the upcoming version. For more information, be sure to follow our official PUBG Mobile community. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. See you next time.